you actually stay off the grass.
Oh, there you are. Yeah, I do. Oh, let me go send 7. Oh, wait. You guys got access to this yet?
No.
What the fuck is going on? Go to the roof there.
My favorite place to be.
Why did you think the sheriff was so innocent, Ruth, that...
Listen, you know, he's hurt that I left him.
He's hurt about a lot of people leaving him, I think.
Yeah.
Brian included, though. Wow. I always loved this place. What a view.
You know, the funny thing is, I was driving by the echelon the other day and I looked up and you can see the top of this dome.
You can? No.
Mm-hmm.
You guys got that place on 24-hour surveillance?
You know, we go there anytime we suspect anything going on.
Well. Okay. The reason I wanted to chat to you, the main reason was I was going through... Hold on, 2 seconds. I gotta get ready. Can't be having a conversation like this with no fucking music or anything. Crazy? Sorry. The main reason I wanted to chat was I was going through the phone subpoena of Nora Thomas.
Yes.
And I found something that piqued my interest. Frank Skinner sent a text message. You know what? I know you've seen it already, because I figured that's the reason you were talking to me. Where Asher Murphy retweeted the Faceless set.
Yes, yes.
What the fuck is up with that?
Asher Murphy part?
Oh, yeah.
So what we know fully about Asher Murphy, we found out a little more. I think you were the one that told me she worked for Krager. She was one of the lead scientists on this bioweapon.
Yeah.
We 100% know that Faceless Assets did kill her. We do know some people involved. Trying to think. She was retweeting, so I guess she was supposed to be extracted, but it wasn't by Darkstone. So the initial incident, Darkstone actually shot her.
What?
So Darkstone were trying to steal documents from her, and Darkstone shot her. And then she got picked up by Faceless and killed because they believed she was leaking. So she was leaking likely to a third party.
Wait, Darkstone? Why would Darkstone do for the documents? I thought they were the good guys.
Darkstone. Can I tell you sort of my theory on Darkstone? I feel like Darkstone isn't very different from the Faceless. I don't know if this is verified, but in my opinion.
Okay.
But they're on our side right now, and we need the fight. We need the people. They have their own financiers. They have their own plan for the city, I believe. But right now, we need the help to take down the Faceless, and then we can worry about them after.
Okay. So what's the current...
We don't fully trust Darkstone, but we have a working relationship.
Okay. And when it comes to this Asher Murphy, what we think is... I could have sworn... I can't remember exactly, but you've read it recently. Was her phone not on her person? When we got her?
I don't know. The hard part in a lot of that wasn't really in the reports. There was things in evidence, but I can't see the evidence in a lot of things.
You know
so there's a lot of...
I don't think we had her possessions. I think I remember
wasn't she fully like saran wrapped?
She was wrapped up, yeah, which she didn't have anything, yeah. So someone's got her phone and retorted the Faceless with a code.
Oh, there also... I didn't even see that part, but... That same day, so that was the day that code broke down to 365 days, Twitter was hacked. So Brian was like, I don't understand why cops are retweeting that code. Like, it doesn't make sense. And I was like, Brian, you retweeted it. And he was like, no, I didn't. And he went back and he's like, I swear to you, I did not.
Well,
And then he's like, look,
up.
it doesn't have a verified sign. That's not me. I'm verified. It's not. So then he twatted something like, this is why you verify your twatter. And then all of a sudden there was another twat that went out from Brian with the verified sign that wasn't him.
That's crazy.
Like, I was actively on the phone with him and another marshal was standing next to him and it was not him.
So they can actually...
And then I think, yeah, Gunner Kane as a dumb fuck was the next one that came out. So, like, now it's...
kind of funny, though.
Who's actually twatting those things?
Are you kidding me right now? You got a listening device yet?
No.
Gunner Kane's calling.
Oh.
I haven't spoken to this guy since he quit.
Take it. See what he says.
Hello. Oh, hello, Richard.
What the fuck, man? Where have you been?
What do you mean? I've been around all the time. I think, you know, it's just one of those things where I wake up like right after you go to bed.
No, you twatted out and I called you and you didn't pick up.
I don't
Listen,
remember.
first of all, young man, take that fucking smile off your face. This ain't funny.
What do you mean? I'm not smiling about nothing.
You quit the marshal? You don't even think that talk to me about it?
I was suspended. What do you mean I would quit? You want to talk about it? We can talk. No, I was suspended for a week without anybody talking to me, so I resigned. And this coming from you is rich, Richard.
I didn't
You
get
goddamn
suspended
hypocrite.
now.
You goddamn hypocrite.
I didn't get suspended now.
Yeah, but you just quit because you weak-willed is what you are.
And where am I? I'm still doing law enforcement.
Oh,
I didn't hear about
goddamn
your
it.
application to the LSPD, did I?
No, I'm not applying to no LSPD.
Why? What have you even been doing?
I've been doing a lot. I'm sure you've heard some of what I've been doing. I mean, some people just can't. I don't know. Some people just can't keep my name out of their fucking mouth. I don't know.
Who you on about?
I don't know. Not you, obviously, not you, but other people.
I've been talking about you. I've been asking marshals about you because I haven't heard from you, man. I've been worried that.
Well, I mean, we could have a chat if you want. I can catch you up on everything. I don't know.
That'd be great.
All right, where you at then? Where you want to meet?
I'm a Mission Row, but I can be anywhere if you want.
How's the FIB building? You know, right outside the back of it?
FIB out the back? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep. All right, I'll see you there. I'm already here.
All right, I'll see you then.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So before you meet with him, a couple things. I don't know if you know. We believe he may be involved in starting up a secret organization against the Faceless, bringing in some now ex-Marshals. Yes.
Well, you should now ex-Marshals?
This is obviously keep this between us. Bobby Barnes was fired. He admitted to being involved. There were several other marshals that had been semi-involved. More seemed like they responded to an anonymous ping and saw what it was. Some of them came clean. But we believe Gunner Kane may have been the one trying to get civilians to go against the Faceless. The one that was fired stated if civilians died, it would be for the greater good if they pursued this. Specifically Frank and Nora.
Okay.
So any information, you know, if he goes into that, like try to...
You want to strap me up? That sounds weird. You want to wire me up?
No, I trust you to relay. I might go fully UC and kind of just be in the area, make sure he is not trying to kill you. Because I don't trust this man.
You saying Gunner is the one, this Militus Sanctus thing?
We believe he may be the one behind it, yes.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So he might be trying to recruit you.
Okay.
So part of the reason some of the marshals that may have been involved in the past, they're getting sort of a second chance because if this is something that was allowed during their last director, you gotta kind of, you gotta kind of give them a little leeway that, you know, it's not allowed anymore, so cut that shit off. Because if their director was allowing it, then...
Yeah. I don't even know. Was Bobby Barnes hired under me? What did you say their name was? Bobby?
He 6 weeks ago. He was hired under Gunner.
Okay, yeah, I don't know who... Wait, maybe I ran into that guy once. Maybe. I'm not 100% though. And then who?
Also, there is an investigation into Gunner about election fraud.
What?
He pretty much blackmailed Yui to vote for him, and if she didn't, he was going to put somebody up to vote for warden.
Oh yeah, I remember
She didn't vote for him, and he put somebody up for warden.
Isn't that a statue? Not that I'm defending the action, but that was a while ago now, right?
Unsure. It's still, still being looked into regardless.
Okay. All right, guess I'll go meet him. Fucking hell. I've still got other stuff to ask you, but I saw a report, because I do digging every now and then, and, because somebody had mentioned about how, Frank was tipped off to the beach situation with Darkstone and Nagara, and so I was doing a little bit of digging into that, and then I saw the coke, I think Brand labeled the report like Coke House or something. And
the Coke body, yeah.
Oh, that wasn't even the thing I was looking at. It was like, you made a report called like Operation Silent something.
Oh yeah, that was the HVT transport like a week ago.
And there was a name in there. Was it like Marcus Blackwood or something?
Yes.
And I don't know how much you can tell me. Is that at all related to Victor Blackwood there?
So that's Victor Blackwell. We keep getting the names mixed up.
Fucking hell. Yeah, I got that mixed up the other day. Okay, so they're not. It's not that. Wait.
No.
Okay. 100%.
Yeah.
Because if I read the report right, was it Brandon was set up as a sniper at LSAA?
Yes, yeah, we got him into custody.
And then Victor Blackwell was shot with a sniper rifle at LSAA. Not LSAA, Fort Zancudo.
Yeah. He was shot. That's where he died, was at Fort Zancudo. We've been digging into some of that. We've got some leads on it. Blackwood works with Darkstone. He's Darkstone's financier. He's actually helping us. We're getting some stuff installed here actually tomorrow to help keep this place secure. Some encrypted, stop people from being able to like hack into any of our shit here.
Okay, and then
and then Blackwell worked for Faceless. He was killed not by Darkstone and not by Faceless.
That was shit. I never figured that fucking shit out, because I was like, who the fuck was here trying to kill him? I thought it might, down the line, I was like, mate, was that Oracle, that was a mystery at the time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's when we're still unraveling.
Okay. All right, if I remember anything, I'll let you know, okay?
Okay. Oh, the one that is leaking stuff to the news is likely Gunner as well.
Fine. How did Gunner know about that? He's not fucking employed. Gunner was the fucking chosen one, man. Gunner was the fucking chosen one. And he's joined the dark side. This is going to be an interesting conversation. What are the chances we're talking about him and he fucking rings us? That's crazy. Glad I'm recording this. So. Where am I going? FIB. I am not in the right place. Really wasn't Gunner and Dark. The last time Gunner and Dark talked, I think, was when Dark retired. Maybe a one conversation after that, but actually, I don't know. FIB. Behind the FIB. Yeah. Fuck is he? Yeah? No. Yeah, here somewhere. Oh, there he is. We couldn't find a chair for us to sit down on?
You just passed one.
Yeah. Why are you standing under a light smoking a cigarette? You didn't see the fucking movie? Come sit down.
Cause I'm real nervous.
You're nervous, shit. Are you kidding my ass, sir? You haven't spoken to me in weeks and you fucking nervous, shit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, fuck, man.
So how you been, Richard?
I've been okay. Thanks for checking in.
I mean, I've tried a few times.
No, you haven't. I don't have any missed calls in my phone.
No, you should go subpoena your phone and then you'll see.
You never heard about leaving a message?
No, not really. You know, I was busy. You know, I was very busy for the last before the election. I'm sure you know.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, you were the director.
Yeah, dealing with a whole lot of bullshit. But it's glad to hear you're doing well. You know.
I'm okay. Yeah.
Old senior officer, huh?
Yeah.
All the way from PPO. That's work.
It's you know, I can't lie and say I haven't been offered high, but I don't want it. I'm where I want to be. I get to chill. I get to do my investigations. You know, they may not be as grand as they were once I was the director, but I was dealing with fucking, you know what it's like, dealing with the whiny politicians all day. It gets to your head.
Yeah, it definitely can.
What's going on then? What you been up to?
Me, you know, I've just been vibing, you know, living life. I've got some plans for the future, but
you want to come?
Lord knows,
I can get a good word for you.
Absolutely not. No. No, I've been, you know, just hanging in there. Doing good. You know, after the whole directorship, when I found out that I had been suspended without anybody talking to me, I figured it probably was not going to be a suitable work environment for me over at the Marshal's office anymore. So that is why I decided to take my leave. You know, they say quit while you're ahead, don't they?
Yeah, I suppose they do.
So I figured it was, you know, the right time for me to bow out. I did what I think was the best to help the office in my time there, and after that, I think my work is done there.
Okay. So what now? What are you doing? You need money?
Do I need money? I mean, I did spend. I should be a millionaire, Richard. No, I don't want your money though. No, I don't want anybody's money. I'm just, like I said, hanging in there. Maybe I got some flight instructing in my future, but just taking life one day at a time these days. I've been having a few chats with Frank and Nora about some stuff, but nothing too interesting.
Well, I woke.
Well, I've been hired. Well, not really hired on, but I've been their unofficial official pilot because they just got a new helicopter.
Okay.
From Mr. Ashford, and he was very distraught that they did not mention his name one time in the newspaper article that mentioned their helicopter. He bought them a $6 million helicopter, and they didn't even
Mr.
mention
Ashford,
his name. Remember Corbin Ashford from the Los Santos News? He was the fellow who kept
Wait, the one that interviewed me?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the same one that kept putting out those radio broadcasts with a lot of suspiciously accurate information. Yeah, that fella, yeah.
Well, he bought them a helicopter? That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's in the latest edition, or I think it's the 12th edition of the Chronicle newspaper.
I'm looking. I'm trying to. I've got the latest one from today.
Oh yeah, it's the last one, not this one.
Well, what the fuck? There's a fucking there's a page on a Leah Court in today's issue.
Oh yeah, I do have a question. Did you get any notifications from any doctors about anything?
Notifications?
Oh, so I was in the ICU, and you're on my emergency contact list. But I heard from another emergency contact of mine that they did not contact anybody on my emergency contact list.
Wait, hold on. Oh no, this is me texting a doctor. Yeah, I haven't got nothing, mate.
What happened? I kind of pieced it together after the fact, but I believe I was shot in the head by Edgar D. Castillo.
What the fuck? Why?
My recollection of events was I had a conversation with Hassan and a fellow named Jackson. And it seemed, yeah, it seemed very suspicious. And based on what I could tell from the conversation, it seemed like they were looking at me for some sort of recruitment. I don't know why. That is at least the vibe I got. They didn't say that. But later on, they were talking to the person who knows the most. I told them straight up, you have to be talking about Edgar if you're in Tripas, right? So they kind of nodded and affirmed that it was Edgar. So I got a call from that fellow Jackson later on, who told me that the fellow with the information wanted to meet. So I said, I'll think about it. And about 2 hours later, after having a discussion with Frank and Nora and a few other people, I decided I would go down there and meet them. After I got down there, I don't remember too much of the contents of the conversation. I got anonymously pinged to a location. I don't remember exactly where. But when I got there, I remember seeing Edgar, Hassan, and that fellow Jackson. And they started asking me all sorts of questions about why I decided to leave the marshal's office and why I decided to work with Darkstone and a few other but I think were very odd questions coming from somebody like Edgar. But he kept getting phone calls throughout the entire conversation, and he kept picking them up, having pretty long conversations right in the middle of us chatting. But the last phone call he got was from Brian Knight. And as soon as he hung up that phone call, Edgar's demeanor seemed to change rapidly. And I don't really remember much after that.
What are you saying right now?
I'm telling you what happened.
Yeah, I know, but with the Brian thing, what, you think Brian put Edgar onto you or something?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know the content of their conversation. All I know is Edgar's side of the story, which was Edgar was making it clear on the phone to Brian who he was talking to without saying my name. He was saying things like, "I'm speaking to an American paladin."
That is you, man. You are the American paladin.
He is saying that he was giving a lot of descriptors that would, describe somebody like me. Why they called, why his demeanor would change, I don't know. I don't know any of that.
So, what? Like, was the conversation going bad or something like that?
It didn't seem like it. Yeah, I was just. What I remember from the conversation was being very puzzled as to why Edgar would call me down there in the first place. Obviously, based on the investigations we've done, I know Edgar is very heavily associated with the Faceless, and whether or not he still is up in the air. I have no reason to believe he's not, which is why I was very confused and puzzled why he would want to have a chat with someone like me.
Yeah, well, are you good? Like, are you okay?
I've been trying to get some oxy for the past, I don't know, 3-4 days, but I just cannot find anybody to sell me oxy.
Don't buy oxy off the street, man. Are you crazy?
I'm talking about from the pharmacies. What do you mean?
Listen,
I've got a
don't
prescription.
take oxy, man. It's bad. You get addicted to that shit.
I got shot in the head. What do you mean, Richard?
Take some ibuprofen.
The doctor told me I'd take the oxy, okay?
Well, why did the doctor prescribe you or anything?
He did. I got to go to a pharmacy and get it.
Oh, I see.
And the pharmacies don't exist. I'm telling you, they don't open. It's the Rainforest, Mother's Medicine, and Legging It. These places, I swear to you, don't exist. I called the Rainforest. They told me they don't have any. A pharmacy told me they have no oxy to give me, even though I've got a goddamn prescription for 2 goddamn weeks.
All right, well, listen, you be careful. I mean, in terms of the Edgar thing, though, how did he know that you weren't hired anymore?
How did he know what?
That you weren't a marshal anymore?
I don't know.
Well,
I mean,
Hassan and Jackson no, you know?
I don't know. They knew this information before I had talked to them. I didn't even think about that, I'm going to be honest. So you brought it up right now.
Okay.
I mean, I assume anybody who saw the stuff at the observatory would have seen that I was suspended. Maybe they wouldn't know I was fired then, or that I wasn't fired, that I resigned after that. But maybe they put 2 and 2 together. I don't know, to be honest.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they were looking. I don't see them looking to like hire you to help against the, because they're not against the Faceless, are they yet?
I don't have any reason to believe they are, and if they were, so Skinner told me one thing, which I believe is probably pretty true. There's 2 ways to look at this. If you are trying to fight against the Faceless, I'm probably one of the best people to have in your corner. If you're trying to appease the Faceless, I'm probably one of the best people's head to bring on a spike.
Yeah. But it didn't sound like that's what they were trying to do if they were asking you all those questions.
Again, I don't know what the intention behind the meeting was. I wish I could tell you, and I believe during the conversation I tried to suss out why Edgar was calling me there in the first place. I don't believe I ever got clarity to that.
I mean, I know that Edgar was hanging around with New Babylon, who are definitely not the Faceless' friends. But then I also know that Edgar was maybe not New Babylon anymore because he was living in the fucking New Epsilon building for a while, from what I've heard there.
Yeah, it's hard to trust any of that because, they're always 10 steps ahead, ain't they?
That's true. That's what they said. That's what they always say.
So it's hard to trust any of these people in New Babylon who, frankly, my personal opinion of them is that these people probably have a lot of information about what's going on in the city and have decided that shoving their head in the sand and not telling anybody about it and trying to disconnect themselves from the rest of society is the way to go about it. So everybody else just got to fend for themselves, I guess. Which, you know, doesn't sound like supporting your fellow man to me.
Yeah, well, what do you expect? People look out for themselves, you know?
Yeah, not a lot of people understand not always acting in your own self-interest.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people who do that, though, Gunner. That's the thing. I don't know. Listen, mate, I gotta be honest. I think you should have stuck it out with the marshals.
I mean, I had this discussion. I would have if it had been a situation where Brian had come to me, had a discussion with me, and didn't like what I said and decided to suspend me then, that I can respect. What I cannot respect is somebody just deciding to suspend me for what I believe is clearly political reasons to
Yeah, I think it probably
appease.
was.
Yep, to appease the crowd. I can't, in good conscience, stay in a department that will treat me that way.
I mean, I get it. I get it. Don't get me wrong. I just think that, listen, from what I can tell, with a proper director being in charge, they are actually finally getting the support they need. And, like, you know, people are actually working with them. Like, the legislative authorities are actually recognizing and working with them. And from what I could tell,
This is going to be an up and down, though, Richard. I mean, things were going great under Turner, weren't they? Things were going fantastic in the heyday of the Marshall Inquiry Task Force, weren't they? It ebbs and it flows. I think things are good for now. Of course. I mean, I think the stability that came with not having an interim director obviously has given the department more stability. Whether or not that will last is to be seen. From what I've heard from a lot of the people in the marshal's office still, they have completely given up on any pretense that they will be dealing with government corruption. Like the tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars that I have seen going out of the Los Santos County business account to Michael Rosell. From Michael Rosell to Faceless Assets, clearly enumerating the fact that they are buying Oxy with that money in these business proposals. So in the business proposal for the KTB, it clearly enumerates that they are buying 50 Oxy. This is run by Andre Tyson, and they're getting $4.5 million per event every weekend. They aren't holding an event every weekend. For? It's just so I guess they're saying that they need it for the boxing event, but 50 Oxy is clearly illegal, and they have said in these business in the bank record statement that they have verified that the money in the bank statements are being spent on what is in the business proposal. So they looked at it and went, "Oh yeah, they're buying Oxy with it." We had a impeachment ready for Michael Rosell that I decided not to push because it would have looked politically unfavorable. It would have looked like I was trying to sway the election. And the same thing is happening with Junior Huntley. He is not to the same amount, but he is funneling money out of these accounts through these business proposals that are just clearly sham business proposals if you look at them. Like a cleaning service that needs $3 million that is using $400,000 on cleaning supplies.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like just clearly sham business proposals over and over. And what I've heard from people in the marshal's office right now is that they are not looking into this anymore. It has been shelved.
Why?
Why do I think it's being shelved? I mean, I can tell you why I think it's being shelved.
Yeah, go on.
I think it's being shelved because Brian Knight had a favorable relationship with both Michael Rosell and Junior Huntley. So this is a, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
And you think this is verifiable information?
What do you mean? Yes. You could go check the FOIAs yourself. Just go do a FOIA right after you leave here.
From you said the marshal told you that Brian Shane we're not looking into corrupt stuff anymore or government stuff?
As far as I know, trying to continue to look into it may have gotten him suspended and or fired.
Wait, wait, is it McAllister?
I don't want to say too much because, but I think you have your answer.
Yeah, I was told he got suspended. He just said it was just for running his mouth or something. Not like speaking back. I mean, about talking to people. I don't know.
I wonder if he was going around letting people know about what I just told you.
Okay. Well, that's not great.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, there will be no accountability for people in positions of government, which is a mighty shame.
Hey, don't say that. Say there's going to be no accountability from the marshals. I'm not saying I'm going to do anything, but if it comes across my desk, I can't not do nothing.
I mean, the Genevieve Toussaint case that we did. That's on a judicial appeal now, and I have a feeling that's just gonna.
How can that be appealed? That was way over 15 days ago.
It was appealed quite a while ago, I believe, apparently they're trying to appeal it based on the fact that Genevieve was in ICU, so they're saying she didn't have a chance to appeal. Although they also appealed with Seamus, who was not in the ICU and has no reason why he couldn't have appealed. But it's a good thing I don't have to care about any of this anymore,
True, yeah.
If anything, I've got a weight lifted off my shoulder because people have been spewing a lot of venom attached to my name, and a lot of it are just
on the phone. You and I'm sure you've heard my name thrown around or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard a lot of, even when I was in the director position, I've heard a lot of just complete lies, complete fabrication. People just literally making up, a complete lie. Like, I heard that I had promoted everybody in the marshal's office to a command position for the DLC vote. To put that in perspective, I was the only command position. Huh. I didn't promote anybody, and I was the only one. There was no field directors. It was just me. It was just a lie. And that's the tip of the iceberg. That's one of a million of just complete, utter lies, fabrication. I had Flores coming up to me asking if I still had anything in my possession from my time in the marshal's office. It's just nonstop.
Guns and stuff?
I have no idea what he meant, but it is just funny that I am living in their head rent-free. Because I sure am. Anything that I had in my possession, I put into my weapons registry report. I put it into the locker. I made sure everybody knew that. And I resigned. Anything I had is in my personal locker and in my my weapons registry. So it's just so funny to hear over and over, even after I've left the office, that people just continuing to lie.
Yeah, not great. But unfortunately, so comes the position.
Trust me, I know. Like I said, I was willing to be put up on that cross like Jesus Christ and die for the marshal's sins. That's what I said.
I mean, I don't know whether you know, but I was hired to the BCSO. You do know. I was hired to the BCSO, right? And then there was a whole drama about that between how Frost said he never wanted to hire me, and he did so for my husband. And then I got forcibly transferred to LSPD when Pred was made chief or something like that. And then Frost was like, what have you done for the past, as director anyway? I was like, what the fuck? Who's this guy, He doesn't know anything. He doesn't know what we were doing.
It's so funny because These are the same people who were withholding material information from us about the Faceless.
Yeah.
They were withholding the fact that they knew about this launch site. They were withholding so many pieces of information from us.
Okay, listen, I'm gonna say something to you, and I don't expect you to listen to me, but you know a lot of information, Gunner, and if that information gets into the wrong hands, that's not gonna be good for anybody.
What hands do you think are the wrong hands, Richard?
Anybody who isn't, you know, someone you trust and isn't working with the Faceless or working with some other crazy entity. I don't even think you should be speaking to, like, if Blake contacts you or anything like that. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't know whether he has or not.
I mean, you'd be naive to think he didn't, Richard.
Well, so you've been contacted?
Of course I have.
And you told them, no thank you, I'm not doing that anymore, right? Gunner?
No, that's not what I told them.
Don't. That's a bad idea, man.
Why am I being told it's a bad idea? You know, Jeb is a...
Jeb's an idiot, okay? Nobody takes Jeb seriously, okay? Well, I mean, I do when he's a captain, but other than that, when he's doing his thing, he's doing his thing.
Of course, yeah, but nobody's got to be worried about little old me.
No, listen. Blake's one thing. The guy was a fucking Jetsam docks worker, okay? Mm-hmm. He's a nobody. You go work with the Oracle, you were the fucking director, man. That's a red-ass big fucking target from everybody, no matter what side of this fucking war it is.
I mean, that's a familiar place for me.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I feel like I've had a target on my back from every side since the beginning.
Okay, but why would you want to carry on with that? Listen, I get it. If you're, I know who you are. You love this beautiful country. I know you do. But leave this fucking battle to other people now, Gunner. It's not worth it, mate. You don't have the protection you're used to.
And what protection was I used to, Richard?
You were on duty. You were a marshal. You had fucking APCs. You had me.
Yeah, I think when I had you and you were in the position you were in, things were going a lot better.
Yeah, so imagine you have none of that and then play out those scenarios again. When you get pinged to a box stand at Jetsam and you get blown up and nobody knows about it. Or when the Faceless send an APC or a fucking attack helicopter after you, what are you gonna do? Drive away in your little penumbra?
No, that's not really the expectation I have. I think
what the?
I'm sure you can put two and two together, Richard, without me having to say too much.
No, listen, let's not play these games with each other. We know each other too long, man.
Richard, I think I'm gonna do what I think is right for this country, this county, and the people in it. And if that means, you know, having to do a little bit of what Blake told me, then so be it.
What does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? What Blake told me?
Richard, I don't want to say too much. I think you're a smart man, and I trust you could put together what I'm saying.
Anna, please, man, don't do this. It's a bad idea.
What do you want me to do, Richard? Join the LSPD?
I don't know. I think you've got talents in investigating, but doing it like this, like, working with the Oracle, it's shadowy stuff. And you know that what the Oracle was telling us about having to get our fucking hands dirty to beat them, that's not the way you do this shit.
Well, you know what? I agree, Richard. I agree that probably isn't the way that we should have been doing this in the position we were in. I agree.
Don't do
Which is why I believe I never acted outside of the law in my position as the director.
And what now? Now you're acting outside the law? Is that what you're trying to say to me right now?
Of course not. Of course not, Richard. What do you mean? I'm
Don't
acting
piss me
squarely
off.
within the law, okay? Squarely within the law. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like I haven't thought about joining the LSPD. I just think I wouldn't be as effective.
Listen, mate. Whether you realize it or not, when you were my subordinate, we did a lot of good work together, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't come to care for you, Gunner. And if you carry on down this road, something bad's gonna happen. You've already been fucking shot in the head. What's next? I don't want to be responding to a call for your mangled corpse.
Richard, I think it's hubris to think that the marshals or the PD are protection from what's coming.
So what do you think we should do then? What should I do? If you're telling me that I'm not gonna do nothing to protect the place I live in where my family lives, what the fuck do I do?
I think sometimes, you know, like you said, when Blake said that sometimes everything we do to fight these what's going on in the city can't always just be strictly between the lines. And does that mean that people in the marshal's office should be getting their hands dirty? Well, no. Does that mean that people in the PD should be getting their hands dirty? No. But maybe that means somebody needs to get their hands dirty. What can you do, Richard? I think you'll probably know when the time is right.
Know what?
Exactly what it is that you need to do. When that time is, I don't know. I mean, but there was one thing that Blake told me last time I had a chat with them.
Mm-hmm.
And it was that the nuclear missile silo in Sandy is not the plan that the Faceless have. That is the backup plan in case the main plan doesn't work. What that means, I do not know.
Great. That's just great news.
Yeah, I think a lot of what I'm going to be seeing, hopefully, in the future from not only the PD and the Marshal's office is people who will mount a strong and forceful defense against what's coming. Whether or not that is going to happen is going to be will be seen, you know. But I see myself on a different side of this fight than the law enforcement.
How? There's only two sides to this, Gunner.
I think there's a lot more than two sides to what's going on. And whether or not some people are fully on one side, fully on the other, or somewhere in between remains to be seen. But I mean, even from what we learned in our time in the office, there's definitely people in the PD, the DOJ that are complicit in whatever's going on in the city. And they are going to make it a lot harder for everybody to continue these fights. The leaks continue.
The leaks?
Of course, yeah.
You know about from PD side of things?
From the PD, from the DOJ. The information's still getting out there.
Can you tell me what information? Obviously, if I can plug a leak from my side of the things, I want to.
You know, I've thought about plugging leaks for a long time, and the hard part is anybody with access to these reports can be the people who are leaking this information. And even if I were to give you a name of who I think it is, it would just be a name associated with possibly leaking information, right? There's no proof, especially if they don't text message, if they don't leave any sort of.
Yeah, I know you're preaching to the choir here. I know this shit. Who do you think it is?
Who do I mean, it is hard to say. I think there's definitely, without saying too much, there was information coming out of, I believe, the Marshal's office.
The Marshals? You fucking me?
No,
When?
I believe right at the end of my tenure.
Who?
I do not know. A lot of the information we get about leaks is, like you've heard, you know, a female in the DOJ. So can we narrow that down? Yeah. Can I say names? Yes. Would that be fair to blame the people? Probably not.
Hold on. A woman in the DOJ? That's information you've
Yes.
got?
Yeah, that is, yes. That's one of the pieces of information I have, is that leaks are coming from a female within the DOJ.
Where did you get that from?
The fella who bought the helicopter for Frank and Nora, Corbin Ashford. When I confronted him about all of the information he's getting for these radio broadcasts he was putting out there, he told me the information he got was from a female within the DOJ.
Huh. Okay.
Yep.
Listen. I don't want you getting in some other fucked up situation like you did with Edgar. And I don't think you're gonna stop, because you're an idiot. Is there anything I can do?
At the moment, not that I could think of, but I do plan on, if something comes up, keeping you in the loop, Richard. And I hope, if I do keep you in the loop, that doesn't come and bite me in the ass.
So you mean, don't tell anybody?
I mean, sometimes you're gonna have to do what you're gonna have to do. I understand, being in the position you're in. If you get told you have to tell people some things and they know you might have that information, you're gonna have to do what you're gonna have to do. But I think things are gonna go real bad for me if I get information from a specific individual or maybe individuals, and that I don't know if you've seen the recent enemy of the state bill that got pushed.
I had a quick look at it, yeah.
Yeah, it seems like they could just kind of designate anybody they want an enemy of the state without really, any charge being pressed against them or anything, really.
I think that's the point, though.
Yeah, me too. I think it is. So if somebody like me were to have information that I was not giving up to people because I did not trust them, that I could then be designated an enemy of the state.
I think it's more for I don't know, going back to the shit we were working on, all that stuff you dug up about Dreadthorn and all those people we suspected to be working with it, all those people that got in contact with the Faceless, those people would be the enemies of the state. They're working with an entity which is opposed to our state and is looking to end it, right?
You should read a little further into that, because it says them, people working with them, their accomplices. It kind of it gets about 3 or 4 steps away from the initial person, and it does kind of lay out anybody withholding information can also be labeled an enemy of the state. I think that is a very broad piece of legislation, and it's kind of funny seeing that pass, considering the legislation that I wanted passed, which would have been very similar, but you would have had to have been convicted of terrorism first. You remember I was talking about removing the rights of all terrorists?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty close to that, except you don't have to be a terrorist. Just be anybody. You just could be Joe Schmo, right?
Well, to an extent, sure, yeah.
Based on my reading of that legislation, it doesn't seem like there really needs to be any concrete proof of anything. They can just kind of designate you an enemy of the state, and
With
now
you're... There has to be a DOJ panel or something, though, right?
Richard. Yeah, it's gotta be a DOJ panel, yeah. Surely they're they can be trusted to make the right decision, I'm sure. I've got full faith in our DOJ to make the right decision all the time. They're not gonna label somebody an enemy of the state who clearly is not. Of course not.
Well, I don't think they label individuals. I think they label entities.
I'm almost positive you can label an individual in that legislation.
I mean, you might be right, but for the most part, this is going to be, hey, the Faceless are trying to fucking, end our existence here in San Andreas. They're an enemy of the state.
So I understand what the proposed intent of the legislation is, but there are no safeguards to stop what I'm describing. This is leaving it up to them. They're saying, trust me, bro.
Yeah, you might be right.
Do I trust them? Absolutely not. I mean, I don't know if you saw during my impeachment, I had my right to due process violated, I believe, multiple times. Was told that I wasn't going to be afforded a right to a lawyer. And then multiple times during the hearing, they told me straight up, I don't want to hear from your lawyer. I want to hear from you, which is obviously disregarding my counsel and violating my right to due process. So, do I have faith in the system? No, not at all. I think the system has failed the people.
Even if that's the case, mate, taking it into our own hands isn't gonna... I don't know. You're gonna lose yourself doing it.
Yeah, I mean, it's... I feel like I'm between a rock and a hard place, Richard.
Not a simple decision.
Yeah, I think the simplest decision for me was knowing that I was not going to continue my tenure at the Marshal's office.
That may be so. And I understand if it's not a simple decision, if I'm telling you to kind of back up and leave the place's stuff to other people, because I know at the end of the day, I get it too. Sometimes the only person I really trust is myself. Well, then my husband, but when I mean to do the right thing and, you know, get the job done. But, you know, just don't get manipulated by Blake and the Oracle. If you're gonna do something, do it on your own accord, and just recognize it's probably gonna end badly.
Of course. I mean, if Blake Cole and the Oracle were going to be able to manipulate me, I think they would have done it when I was in office. And maybe they did. Maybe, you know, there's a part of me that believes maybe that weapon shipment, you know, was a way of manipulating me. But, you know, after some thinking about it, I lean more on the side of that not being the case. Yeah, I think if we were to rehash a lot of the decisions I made as a director, I think at the time when I made those decisions, I did so with, you know, the best intent. I did it, you know, not out of self-interest, which a lot of people think. I was only acting in my own selfish self-interest, which could not be further from the truth.
Yeah, I know that, mate. And you know that, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard so many just lies from me gatekeeping investigations. Me, the person who just wanted to open the Marshall Inquiry Task Force and made it a point to try and work with the PD. I'm the one gatekeeping the investigations. Just the reality is so backwards from what people say about me.
I know, and I won't lie to you, mate. You don't have a lot of friends left in law enforcement, but, you know, you got me at least.
I mean, I tell you what, in the position as the director, I fully expected that I was going to piss everybody off, pretty much no matter what decision I made. You know, I don't know if I told you this, but I had, after you resigned, reached out to Turner after he
Yeah.
got removed, and we had a few discussions about him taking over the director role, which is really what I wanted, because I didn't think I was fit for the position. I didn't think there was very many people who were fit for the position, but I did think Turner was fit for the position. And we did have a few ride-alongs. I deputized him. But at the end of the day, it seemed like he didn't want that position, which I don't blame him. No, it is a thankless job, which is why I believe things might be going good now. And I think if it is true that the marshals are not going to look into government corruption, that probably will help a lot with the you know, the dislike of the marshal's office. If you aren't holding people accountable, you don't end up being an enemy to them.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Okay, well listen, I got my phone's blowing up. I don't know what about. Murray's Falcon is calling me, so God knows what it is. I'm glad we finally talked. Don't be a stranger.
Of course not, Richard. It's been good to see you.
Just tell me this. I want to know something for my own fucking sanity. When you tweeted out like 2-3 weeks ago, you did just a tweet and it was blank, and I called you and you didn't pick up. Did you ever bonus him in?
Is that something you can keep to yourself?
Why you ask a stupid question?
Well, I think you've got your answer then.
Okay. Just be careful out there, mate. It's not looking good then.
Well,
Keep in touch.
It's good to see you, Richard.
You too, mate. Take it easy.
You as well.
That was quite the conversation, huh? Interesting. Not gonna go write him out. What do you think? There was a lot of police sirens. Yes? What? Listen, one of Dark's least favorite people in existence are cops turning to crime. Now, Gunner's a weird exception, because by the sounds of it, Gunner is getting his hands dirty to combat the Faceless, but nonetheless, he's trying to do shit in the shadows. That's not good. That's not the way to do things. In Dark's head, anyway. That's not the way to do things. Alright, let's go down mission row. And especially if Gunner was potentially involved in kidnapping Helios. Unfortunately, Dark isn't the kind to just forgive and forget that kind of stuff. Is Ruth still used to? I think she was, yeah.
She suddenly broke down on us. Malfunction or something. Ah, yeah?
Hello?
He didn't shoot you. That's a good thing.
That is a good thing. I didn't expect him to. I'm down at mission 1 if you want to chat about that.
Yeah, let me, I was fully unmarked and unmarked car just in case I, just gotta change and then I'll be there.
Okay, I'll speak to you soon.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
you got it.
All right, bye.
Okay, go for it. No way.
Nikki, why'd you call me?
I was just checking up on my favorite gay man.
Oh, thank you.
Spit on it.
Watch it.
She said she needs more than a repair. I told her to spit on it.
Oh, okay.
Spitting on it. I'm a spitter.
Think the system's going in first? Yeah, I think so.
I hate this.
No, I don't think Ruth was close enough to hear anything. I wish she put a fucking wire on us, dude. It would have been so good that...
Let's go.
Hey, what's up, honey?
Hello. Hello, honey.
I'll say this. No, that's not the right effort. Oops.
Hi, Don. Wow, why is he doing this?
I'm running for mayor, Abdul. Related. Yeah. It's about trust.
Hope your parking has improved, so...
Dog.
Did you read the news? Dick,
Don's
dog.
not the kind of person that will go after another man.
You wish. I'm married, so... Just because your husband left you, you need some action. I'm
See how
taken.
horrible he is, Don? You see that? That's so mean.
You should have seen him when he was asking somebody to spread their cheeks.
You read the articles.
What did Murray call me about? Hello, you alright?
Hold up.
Everything alright?
Yeah, a couple things. If you get Espino's to sign a warrant, don't expect it back soon.
Espinal? Well, what happened? Well, why? What do you mean get back soon?
Cause he's an idiot. He leaked a state level investigation, or a part of state level investigation in the search warrants channel. So I told the director of the marshals because it's a state level investigation.
Oh, okay.
And he got pissed that I didn't go to him, and he thinks that you know, and part of the reason why it was an issue is because the archivists can see anything digital, as far as I know.
Yeah, that is what the assumption is. Yeah.
It's not like they can see every channel, but they could see any channel, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, what does that mean? You said
so. He was like, "Well, if the channel's not secure, I'm just going to email stuff to judges directly." And I'm like, "Well, no, that's not how that works." But he didn't seem to agree. So if he signs one of your things, he's probably going to try and judge shop and email it to a judge directly. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you for the heads up. You're all right.
He also thinks Grayson is my boss, and I'm like, "Bitch, I hired him."
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
You're all justices, right? So okay. Separate thing. While I've got you on the phone, can you you might know about it, you might not. Can you go to someone's profile 2172?
Yeah, give me a sec. I'm just putting some stuff on my car.
Now this happened like a few months ago, or 2 months ago, but I'm not understanding it, and there was nothing on the docket. It's not a big deal if you don't know. I'm not too bothered.
Okay.
Is it Ashlyn O'Brien? I think is her name. She had second-degree murder on her record, and she was expunged. And on her profile, it says a second-degree murder charge should be treated as a felony with engaging with expungement processes. And there was a ruling by Grayson. You know anything about that?
Yeah. So she got that charge when second-degree murder was a felony.
Right.
The report was so old that only Tomno was the only cop available. Like, that's how old it was. So it was the determination that she shouldn't be like she committed that crime when it was a felony and therefore could be expunged. So she shouldn't be beholden to it being a hag now and not being able to be expunged. You know.
Okay.
The same way if someone does something today that's illegal tomorrow, we don't then charge them because
Yes.
it was legal at the time. It's
It's
sort
got
of
to be
same
what
thing.
happened at the time. Yeah, I got it. Okay, that clears things up. Thank you, Murray.
Also, did you guys know that Beric was a faceless asset while he was a judge?
That's a loaded question.
Well, I only found out a couple of days ago, and I'm wondering why we never got told.
Okay, first of all, who were you told by before I say anything and get in trouble?
Brian told me.
Okay, there was, at least from my knowledge, we never had any concrete proof about that. Like there was never anything. From my point of view, from someone who's lived with Beric and was friends with Beric. And if you remember all the stuff regarding like when Edgar was charged and the whole house arrest,
yeah,
it was all circumstantial suspicion. There was never anything concrete. If there was, we would have come straight to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about Gunner. I don't know whether Gunner found anything out in his home as director.
I don't trust anything. Whatever Gunner did, I don't put any stock in it.
Okay, but no, we didn't know for sure.
Okay. I mean, it kind of it sucked to be told it because it's like it felt like why won't be told we could have maybe done something, but
is Brian telling you this as a fact that?
He said it more as like an offhanded comment, and I was like, huh.
Well, I'm
so
gonna
I don't know when Brian.
Because
like I don't know when Brian learned it. No, Beric's a deputy.
That's what I meant to say. Sorry. Yes, he's a deputy now.
Yeah, and I brought that up because Brian told me that, and then like a day later I called Brian and was like, do you know Beric's a cop now? And he was like, yeah, I told them, but apparently he's got memory loss. So
okay,
I guess he's forgotten he's a faceless asset, which could be a very good cover. Like, oh, I don't remember. And then
isn't that what Brian
suddenly
did
does
with his husband?
I don't know. I know
think
that
he forgot that he got married to the sheriff. So I mean, that's pretty convenient.
When he got made the director, a ninja smoke bombed the stage and whacked Brian in the back of the head, and then he was no longer talking with a Blaine County accent.
Say, Murray, everyone's talking about his
I was
damn
there.
ninja. Mass
I've seen it.
hysteria is a real problem.
I mean, maybe it was some sort of fucking like hallucinogenic gas that was thrown in that grenade.
Yeah,
maybe
the jokers. Yeah. Okay, well listen, I'm about to go save a chat with a marshal. Like she's stood in front of me, so I'll ask her about the Beric thing. Thanks, Murray.
All right, no problem.
Thanks, mate. Bye.
Bye.
Sorry, Ruth. That was a justice.
Sorry.
So I wanted to return his call. He called me while I was talking to Gunner.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's the first time I've spoken to Gunner. I think I spoke to him once when he was the director. Hold on, he's calling me back.
Sorry, I fell into the water. I
okay?
need to I just need one more thing. I gotta tell you in person, if you got a minute. It's gonna take like 3 minutes.
In person? Okay.
Yeah, it has to be in person. Yeah.
He said, "There's something important I've got to tell you." Wait, listen. There's a possibility he might be suspect that. Oh, he's calling me again.
Sorry, I fell in the water again.
You fell in. What water are you falling in?
It's just water. Don't worry, my safe word is pineapple. If I say pineapple, that means I'm being tortured and killed. Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, maybe like Vinewood Bowl will be perfect.
Vinewood Bowl? Okay, I'll meet in a minute.
All right, I'll see you there in like 5 minutes.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He's like losing connection in water or something. He wants to meet and tell me something important at the Vinewood Bowl. It might be bait. He might be seeing if, I'm being followed or something like that.
Okay. So go. I will go fully UC again. Be in the area just in case. I'll be on channel 8 if you need me.
You really that worried about? I'm not worried about like him.
With the stuff he's been doing, I would be.
Okay. All right. If you wanna.
Just always.
Wait. Don't. Wait. Like 1 minute before you follow
Oh
me
yeah, I have
downstairs.
to get food. I have to do a bunch of stuff.
Okay. Is there water on top of that building? Doc hasn't said anything bad about Gunner, okay? If it was Rhodes and not Gunner, I think if it was Rhodes, it would be a very different story. No, Doc is not sus of Gunner. Doc is sus that Gunner might think that, like a Marshal is trying to follow Doc or something like that, or see if Doc is involved and talking to cops or talking to a Marshal about him. So it'd be a good thing for Gunner to do, to be like on top of the building up there and be like, let's see if Doc, when he leaves, does he leave with a Marshal? Does he leave with Brian? Is he already talking to them about our meeting? You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. That's a guilty conscience, maybe. Maybe. Is Gunner that smart? I think a lot of people underestimate Gunner. I'll be honest though. Like, my crazy thought is, I'm gonna save it until I talk to Ruth then. You here? I don't know where he's here. Why is there a woman with a coyote on the fucking stage? What the fuck? Tape 07 archive? Moscow, bitch. The tape wasn't the end though. You not even fucking see the tweet?
Hola, quería preguntarte por el auto que tiene en venta. ¿Qué le parecen $1000? Soy mexicano. ¿Qué más da si soy ilegal o no? Ok, pues quédese con su auto.
Archivist stuff, TLDR. Hacker man hacks into Constitution. reports, profiles, has full access to the MDT, can change the projector in Mission Row, can control cars if they're electronic. Has been communicating with the mayor's office about getting legislation making basically like hacking and that kind of thing illegal. And then is playing games with members of the police department. Is it another cat thing? I don't think so. Brad doesn't think it's an idiot. Her dog got angry at cops for not shooting people, holding them up. Yeah, that did happen, yeah, but it was all handled. Everybody's good. Not even fun games like Guess Who or Monopoly. True. Actually true. Who is the archivist? Like OOC, who's doing it? Because it's an admin, right? Or somebody with a menu? Oh, is it dark? Oh, yeah, I wanted to know, yeah. Don't worry. Ooh. Make sure, yeah, don't tell him the games are too easy, apparently. Brandi said, when was the end? She's replying to this. Ape 07 archive. Fucking having a conversation on Twitter with this about this shit. 07. Now the only tape that they've got recently is the junior one. Declan's response? What did Declan say? I think you meant apostrophe there, which is fuck's sake. Yeah, Brandy's is a fun new investigator, yeah, for sure.
Ay, 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 los pinches mensajes.
I thought Brooke was my fucking backup. What's going on? He's down at fucking City Buns. If I was the bad guy, lightning would have struck Declan right then. That would have been funny. Use the menu. Where the fuck is Gunner?
Es verdad.
Oh, I hear a car.
Pues sí.
He wants us to stand on the fucking stage. What's this, a pantomime?
Without further ado,
This is my hit single, Kill the Faceless.
Are you kidding me?
Ever since I was a young boy, I only wanted one thing. Freedom.
Backyard.
And liberty. Kill the faceless. Gotta kill the faceless. If you don't wanna die and you're trying to survive, gotta kill the faceless. If you're shooting real clear and you ain't got no fear, gotta kill the faceless. Darkstone hired Jim, but now he's El Capitan. He's gonna kill the faceless. The DOJ's fried and the mayor's push lies. They are the faceless. They are the faceless. They are the faceless.
Is that Arjun?
What they've done to gain is a bloody shame. Can't believe it's a bloody shame. What they've done to gain. Fuck the faceless, going to take them down. I'm going to kill them now. I can't believe what they've done to gain. It's a bloody shame. I don't know. Everybody is a faceless. I said I don't know why. Every day I want to cry. We have to kill the fastest. We have to do it now. We have to kill that blue idiot. We have to take him down.
I hate you.
That's right. Fuck the faceless. That's right, Richard. That's right. Fuck the faceless.
I hate
Right.
you.
That's right. I agree. Fuck the faceless.
You're a
See,
son of a bitch, you know that?
That's what I've been doing with my time off. I'm now a country music star. I'm second on the charts, right behind Spectre Just Violated Rights. I don't know if you've heard that one. It's a banger, though. It's all about how Spectre raided somebody without getting the warrant signed.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yes, it's a banger of a song, I'm telling you.
Hopefully I hear it on the radio.
Yeah, I think leaking's fine as long as it's in music form. You have a good day.
Like, you kind of dickhead.
Yeah, you have a good one. Bye, Richard.
I can't believe him. I was singing his praises on the way here, saying people underestimate Gunner, and he does that shit. No, I didn't record that, no. This man was the Marshal. That was the ex-Marshal director Gunner Kane. Where is she?
Hello?
Oh, she must have had pop though. Nobody's gonna believe you. Believe a second ago talking about killing the Faceless and Archer was in it. We have to kill the Faceless. Kind of a catchy song, guys. Kind of a catchy song. Hey, buddy, how you doing, bud? The best song out of 4.0. You know what?
Hello.
Just asking for a thing. You don't have a link. You don't have a SoundCloud, do you?
I could send you. I don't got it on site, but I could send it to you right now.
Send it to me. It was kind of it's kind of good. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
I'll send it to you right now.
Bye bye. We gotta kill the Faceless. It kind of sounded like fucking. What's that one song? What's it called? Losing sleep? What's it called? Lately, I've been losing sleep. Is it Counting Stars? Kind of sounds like that thing. Let's just, oh wait, here it is.
Ever since I was a young boy, I only wanted one thing. Freedom.
Backyard.
Yeah!
Gotta
Kill all the Faceless.
If you don't want it.
Did you follow me here just to do that shit? You're such an idiot. Stop following me around. I can't even hear it properly. I hear like every 5 balls or some shit. Gonna please shit. Please shit. I'm trying to listen to your other song.
I'm sorry, I was having issues there. Sorry about that. And no, of course I came to get gas. I came to get some gas.
Don't fucking around.
What do you mean? I just came to get some gas. I'm very low. Kill the Faceless.
Watch it.
Yeah,
No. I was singing another song. There's another one.
Oh, okay. The Faceless. Yeah, it's pretty
Is
good.
that really you singing it?
Yeah. You know what's funny? I sent Arjun. I called Arjun and I played it to him, and he was like, "Is that AI?" Is the first question he asked me.
It sounds like AI.
It's not AI. It's fucking
I always knew you
ridiculous.
used AI for all your reports.
That's crazy, Richard.
Alright, go get a job.
Despicable.
Hello.
Hello, sorry. You had nothing to be worried about. He got up on stage, pulled a guitar out, and started singing a song about we gotta kill the Faceless. It's kind of catchy, I'll be honest. That.
Okay. You think he was checking to see if you were being followed?
No, I think he was an idiot. I think he literally just wanted to play that song.
All right. Just in case, because if he's talking to you, that's probably a good thing because he won't talk to any of the marshals. Can you pick me up at the clothing store near jewelry?
Yes, I'll be right there.
Okay.
Bye-bye. on the way.
And you're trying to survive. Gotta kill the faceless. If you're shooting real clear and you ain't got no fear, gotta kill.
Ow!
For the faceless, Dark Stone hired Jib, but now he's El Capitan. He's gonna kill the faceless. The DOJ's right, the mayor's push lies. They are the faceless. They are the faceless. They are the faceless.
I can't believe what they've done to gain this a bloody shame. Can't believe it's a bloody shame what they've done to gain. Fuck the faceless, gonna take them down. I'm gonna get them now. I can't believe what they've done to gain this a bloody shame. I don't know. Everybody is a faceless asset. I don't know why. Every day I want to cry. We have to get.
I can't lie, Ruth, this song's kind of catchy. Arjun's in it too, and he says he wants to kill the faces as well.
We did hear about Arjun and Gunner hanging out.
Yeah.
The issue is right now we're trying to figure out how many of the marshals. I'll let you know we've moved faceless documentation to State Marshal classified that Brian and I only have access to until we can figure out
Oh shit.
if we can trust the other marshals.
Okay, let me just let Brandi know. That'll be free soon.
We did. I don't know if you know Aldo Jackson. We just hired him.
The captain?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Bring the old band back together.
Yeah, got a lot of people I trust to not be leaking things. It's, we're just trying to vet the marshals under Gunner to figure out if it was a lack of training problem or if it's lack of training, loyalty, or just stupidity, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Where do we start? I don't know really. I mean, there's a lot of catching up, explaining like the whole. I won't go into the personal stuff, his personal thoughts on his exit from the marshals and that kind of thing.
I know Knight has probably tried to call him over 50 times and he won't answer his phone.
He's got a burner phone. He admitted it in a roundabout way.
Okay, that makes sense.
Go somewhere up here, out the way. That's a motor kitty. Wait. The important thing she said to me that I think you're gonna care about is I asked him a lot. He has admitted that he's getting his hands dirty. And he's carrying on with the fight against the Faceless. I asked him what he's been up to. He said he's been hired as a pilot for the Chronicle. He explained when he got shot, that whole situation, how he'd been contacted by Hassan Bashari, Jackson, Colby, I think his name is. He just said Hassan and Jackson. The initial conversation he had with them sounded like they were trying to recruit him. Wait. I don't know. No, this doesn't have a dash cam in. They were trying to recruit him. Later, you know, they admitted it was Edgar that was kind of pushing it. He met up with Edgar. All three of them were there. Edgar kept having a bunch of phone calls with people. But eventually he had the call with Brian, and he said that, well, up until that point, Edgar was asking him why he left the Marshals, you know, why he worked with Darkstone, things that, you know, if, from Gunner's point of view, and I guess Frank's too, you know, if they were working against the Faceless, then Gunner would have been a really good person to have on their side. If they were working for the Faceless, Gunner would have been a very nice gift, you know, if he was dead, pretty much, to them.
Yeah.
But up until the phone call with Brian, Gunner said that it seemed like they were going for like more of a recruitment type of situation. Didn't seem very hostile. And after the phone call with Brian, Gunner said his demeanor changed, and he doesn't remember much after that. So I guess that was
funny enough. Yeah, we had actually talked to Edgar, and Edgar thought he was Tyler Peters. That's who he was talking to, and not Gunner Kane. He got the two people mixed up. So he set up the meeting thinking it was Peters.
You're joking.
He was calling Peters Gunner, and
you're
for obvious reasons. Yeah, no, that's actually what happens. That's why the meeting with Kane was.
Oh,
he thought it was a
God.
different Gunner. You know how Tyler Peters sometimes goes under Gunner?
No, that he is William Gunner. He's admitted it to me on several occasions.
Yeah, and apparently he must have to Edgar, because that's who Edgar thought he was reaching out to.
That's fucking crazy. Okay, well.
So when it wasn't that person, when he realized that, and then I guess Gunner he said, saying some dumb shit, and then Edgar wouldn't admit whether he shot him or not.
Okay. Yeah, apparently Edgar was describing Gunner as an American paladin. That's what Gunner said, though.
Yeah, that's... Knight was trying to figure out, because Edgar started talking about he was currently meeting with somebody but wouldn't say who. And the person he was meeting with didn't want him to tell him.
Yeah. Listen. He's calling me again. Hold on. Hello?
Just one last thing.
Some of us has jobs, you know.
It is Halloween, you know, so I'm gonna be having a little bit of fun.
No, the fuck you ain't.
Yeah, I'm having a little fun for Halloween.
Ain't.
So, I'm ready to die.
Don't you dare. I'll take you to court.
Yeah, go ahead and read the charge. I just read it, and I'm well within my right to wear this Halloween costume.
I'll take you to court.
That is Richard Dark. Take me to court, you son of a bitch.
Fuck you.
Do it. I'm
He said he's gonna be dressing up for me as Halloween.
Oh, God.
Listen, regardless of what Gunner did or didn't do in his tenure as director, and which a lot of people have opinions on him for, myself included, I did care for the guy. You know, he was a rookie little marshal, and I saw him grow into a very competent investigator. You know, he's a bit of a dickhead, a bit of a goofball, but at the end of the day, he was doing really good work for the Faceless stuff. You know, without him, we wouldn't have kind of got a real foothold in Operation Dread Torrent, and all the subpoenas he did that came of that give us a really good idea of everybody, or at least all the code names and everybody who might have been involved in that. But that being said, that if he's gonna go about this in his own way, in the shadows because he don't trust nobody anymore, then I can't defend that. Because I think I told him straight up, it's a bad idea. Not only for the way, you know, the way that things should be done, but also he's gonna get himself killed. But
he's also going to compromise investigations because there's a lot of stuff that he never wrote down that we're still uncovering happened after speaking to Delta One and Blake Cole and things like that. There's a lot of things that he never documented, and now he's going to have that information instead of us.
Okay.
But we can't stop what he's going to do. We just need to move forward with what we got and try to figure out some things.
Yeah. But regardless, I asked him directly, and he's admitted that he's had contact with Blake and the Oracle. Still.
Interesting.
I assume that's what the burner phone is for. And by the sounds of it, Blake has asked him to do things. He wouldn't tell me what. I was asking because I was like, you know, these guys might be manipulating you, even if they say they're on our side, that you're a... I didn't say this directly, but he's essentially at this point, based on the public opinion and law enforcement opinion, he's a disgrace to Marshal who did some things people don't agree with, and he doesn't have a lot of friends left. That's the exact kind of person that a group like that is going to try and pull into the fold and use. So, to some extent, he's working with Blake and the Oracle.
Okay.
I don't know to what extent. Do you... I want to be careful, because a lot of people underestimate Gunner. He does know what he's doing, and he is smart. I said that to myself as I was driving to Vanderbilt, and then he played me a song that says we got to kill the Faceless. So it kind of shot me in the foot a little bit. But I do think if he really puts his mind to something, he knows what he's doing. So there's some things he said in here that if they get out, could be him trying to prove that I'm not trustworthy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So obviously, I'm not trying to say to you, I expect this to be locked down. I'm just saying...
Anything you say, I'm going to keep in the classified that only Knight and I have access to, and I will also tell him about that because it is in our best interest for him to keep talking to you.
Okay.
I don't want him to think that you are close with Marshals at all, because I can... From his view, he could probably see Knight not wanting anything to do with you as, like, former director, and you know how Knight likes to be, you know, we're doing so much better than everything else.
Yeah.
So I could see him absolutely not seeing us having any sort of amicable relationship.
Yeah. Listen, to be fully transparent, I shared it to Gunner. I didn't really say my opinions on it, but I'm very happy to see that the Marshals have got some support finally, and there's stability, and there's a foundation that you guys can actually build off of. And it looks like it's going great, you know? And yeah. I'm just happy that's happening.
From my point of view, you know, Brian has been able to pull a lot of strings that I don't think would be accessible to other Marshal directors.
Yeah, I completely understand.
And that is part of the downfall of the Marshals is the inability to get some of those things fixed.
Yeah, 100%. But back to Gunner. This is one of the things that I thought might have been, you know, a test or whatever, but nonetheless I'm going to tell you, he said that, and I don't know whether you have this information already, but he was informed that a female in the DOJ is leaking information. Is that something you're knowledgeable about?
We have some suspicions, yes.
But he was told that by Corbin Ashford, who was the guy who yeah, you know Corbin?
He was the one who called the 911 for Dugan Smith being murdered, the Darkstone operative.
Okay. Well, Corbin is the guy that bought Frank and Nora their helicopter. I guess he works for or owns another news network that was, if you remember or are knowledgeable about the radio broadcast that we had about the news network that had a lot of information that we didn't know how they were getting it.
I read those reports. No idea anything about the news.
It was just a guy who he was on the radio. He interviewed me about some stuff regarding this stuff. He interviewed a couple other people. I think I had. Why is Sparky Kane coming in my head? I had a couple of civvies / prim guys come and have a chat to me about the radio broadcast as well. And anyway, he bought them the helicopter. He was the one who informed Gunner when Gunner asked him directly, how were you getting this information that, you know, like was leaked information basically about the Faceless stuff at the time and Darkstone stuff. And he said that a female in the DOJ was leaking it.
Interesting.
There was another thing too. And I can't remember exactly. I think he said he got this from the Oracle, but don't quote me on it. But in terms of the Faceless plan and that kind of thing, Gunner was informed that the nuclear missile silo in Sandy is the backup plan in case their main plan doesn't go successfully. So that wasn't great news.
Okay.
He shared one thing that kind of, you know, strung a chord in relation to this, you know, Echo stuff at the island and all the Militus Sanctus thing. He said that I was like, what do you want us to do? I was trying to. You said you thought he was there to recruit me, so I didn't want to just straight up, you know, ask about it, but I was like, listen, Gunner, you say you don't trust the marshals, you don't trust the DOJ, you don't trust law enforcement, so what do we do? What do I do? And he said, hopefully you should know when the time is right, but in general, he said he hopes people mount a strong defense. I don't know whether that's kind of his goal. If he is involved with this Militus Sanctus stuff that he's trying to recruit his own group of people to fight back, you know, I mean that's what it seems like, right? But he spoke about when it came to like the information he has and I guess the people he trusts and anything he learns. He said, I think he's well aware going down this path, but he said he is worried about this enemies of the state legislation and what it could mean for him.
I mean, the enemies of the state, it's intended for non-citizens like Charlie and Mr. Blue, but others could be accessories to it.
That's what he means, yeah. But he was also saying how there isn't a lot of... He was saying there's not a lot of checks and balances for who the state can determine is an enemy of the state, and that they
yeah,
might...
I mean, this is one thing I know Knight's been trying to clear up. It has to be the feds have to approve who can be.
I know that, but Gunner is obviously
worried that it could extend to him.
Yes, he is, yeah. But to be fully honest and transparent, I think he's still trying to do the same thing he did when he was a marshal, but he just doesn't feel like he can trust anybody.
I mean, it seemed like as a marshal he felt that same way because a lot of the information wasn't documented, so I think he felt like he couldn't trust people as a marshal as well.
I mean, when we had well, at least the conversations I was involved with when the Oracle called me and we spoke with Blake, they were very much pushing us to do... They were basically saying, you can't beat the Faceless unless you get your hands dirty. And I think Gunner is fully embracing that at this point. That was pretty much it. You know, I said keep in contact.
Did he
that
talk
kind of
about
thing.
any marshals that he is currently still in contact with or working with?
He mentioned a marshal. He said that. Well, he said first thing he said he thought information was leaking from the marshals at the end of his like tenure as director. He had suspicions then, but then he also mentioned that he had been speaking with a marshal, and a marshal had told him that the marshals are no longer gonna be looking into kind of corrupt stuff in government agencies. And I guess he said that marshal got suspended or something, and I was the only person I had heard was suspended from the marshals was McAllister, and so I said, was it McAllister? He said, I'm not going to name any names, but I think you got your answer.
I mean, the issue was McAllister kept talking to anybody and everybody about things that he shouldn't have been. So that's the reason for his suspension.
Okay.
And it wasn't even intentional. It was more like he was just talking, but he didn't know where the lines crossed of what he should and shouldn't talk about.
Okay. Is that true? You guys aren't looking into corruption stuff anymore?
So that's not like our primary focus. Like we're not constantly investigating. Like I don't know if you know about the Peter situation recently.
Nope.
Of shooting the guy for the zombie. He like shot a guy during one of the zombie outbreaks. I don't know too much about it besides he said he thought the guy was a zombie. Other people didn't. Reported to the marshals. Marshals handed it to PD High Command.
Okay.
So like we're not focusing on all of that, but we do have some things on our plate of like government officials potentially doing it, but that also could be anybody investigating that sort of corruption. So it's not our primary goal, especially when we have state level stuff and trying to rebuild marshals a bit.
So
we're not going witch hunting on people.
Okay.
But
yeah.
if things come up, like you know, that DOJ, like we're gonna dig into it. Like there's you'll see an investigation into Silas Moreno and people. Opal's leading it.
Yeah.
Potentially involved with Callista Bell, I believe, and a new mayor person giving money to Silas, who's on the run for Hag.
Fuck off. There's no way.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty bad.
There's no
she's
way.
looking into, she's interrogating. She notified me, so we're kind of keeping an eye on it, but we're not going to just, like, rip those things from people. Like, other people should be able to investigate them, and we'll just kind of keep an eye and see if we can support in any way.
Okay. Okay.
But we're not, like, things come across and they're criminal, we're going to deal with it, but that's not, like, our main focus.
Cool. Yeah, I get that.
Impeachments, we're looking more for criminal than impeach. Because impeachments can be, don't do it again. So if things cross the criminal line, that's where our focus is.
Yeah, but there's not necessarily a criminal charge for corruption, right?
That's true. And even if you impeach them, it doesn't even mean they get removed.
Yeah, it's like, let's say, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something broad and that someone could do.
I mean, that's the thing. If we also look into it, like,
Fred
does a lot of corrupt shit.
Wait, actively?
I mean, he was trying to push BCSO to fire me for looking into his expungement.
Yeah, that stuff's stupid. That whole situation with you was,
And now you have officers with the whole land deal that they want to look into it. We did hand it back to BCSO to kind of investigate, and, you know, if it crosses that line, we'll help out. But they're scared to look into anything because they're scared they're going to get targeted the way I was. Specifically, that's what's been told, is officers are scared to look into things if it touches Pred because they're scared they're going to get roofed.
I mean, not to point the finger, Marshal, but today I was pulling over the sheriff and a marshal came along and said that must have been Doctor. And you know what the sheriff said?
The funny thing is, I said to the sheriff, I said, you know, I've always been one for accountability. You break the law, you take the ticket.
but you know, before I started recording, because I had to turn my phone on to record the whole stop, because I needed license and registration, so, and the sheriff pulled me aside and said, "Do you like being on duty today, dog?" And so I said, "Hold on 1 second, let me record that and say it again." And he said, "No, pleasant day to you, Richard." Something like that. So, yeah, I can see where they're coming from.
Yeah, so, like, with stuff like that, like, listen, Crystal, Gunner, and Nikki been threatening to ocean dump me for weeks.
What? Oh, I heard something about that, yeah.
Yeah, so the thing, like, that's where we want the marshals to not be looking into that stuff, but more into, like, once it crosses the line, it's serious, people need to be fired type of thing.
Yeah.
More than, you know, some of these smaller, silly sort of situations.
I saw a sign. I took a photograph of it down at the apartments yesterday. Someone had put a sign up saying the Junior Huntley and Michael Rozelle are funneling state funds to Faceless assets. And I know you're probably not investigating it based on the sign down at the apartments, but is that something that's being, I guess, checked or monitored?
So, in general, we do believe that pretty much every mayor has been tied in with the Faceless, but there's not enough to prove, so it is an angle we're always looking at, but there's not much to build on at the moment.
Okay.
And that's so one of the reasons that we got JJ to drop out of the race. He is a very clear Faceless asset, was involved in the you're going to see a warrant probably today coming out for him. Unfortunately, there's all we can get him on really is like reckless evading and obstruction of justice. Because even if people are involved in these scenarios, like if we don't have the hot evidence to tie him to it, there's nothing we can do, which is why this enemy of the state legislation, the accomplice, is going to be very
I'm very happy
helpful.
about that legislation, because the past, I don't know how many months I was a marshal with the Faces. It probably was like 8 months. People do shit tied with the Faces. What do we charge them with? Well, we can't really charge them
Possessions.
with, like, yeah, it's just possessions or whatever they did on the scene, because we could never, obviously we didn't have enough to, one, get the identity of like Mr. Blue, for example, to charge him, and then we could charge them with like accessory or something like that, or accomplice. But obviously, so I think this legislation's gonna be really good there.
Yeah, and that's kind of the purpose of it. I actually had a thought this morning that we have Arthur Rain in custody.
Who's Arthur Rain?
He is a Charlie level asset.
You say a Charlie lover?
Charlie level.
Oh, okay. I was about to question my whole knowledge about the Faces.
Yeah, I mean,
thought he
it
might
could
like
be,
have
could
a
be, but
haram or something, you know? Okay.
but we have him in custody and he's still in ICU. I was just realizing I got to talk to Brian. I don't know if we can with, you know, the enemy of the state just being identified, but wondering if we might be able to push that on him to be our first.
I mean, I guess if you discovered that information,
we already knew ahead of time. We did discover a little bit more day before yesterday, I believe.
I think it would have to be, he would have to take actions after the legislation comes in that proves he's because it has to be like you get charged for the crime that was on the day of the crime, you know, not like, you know, if you make jaywalking illegal and you jaywalked yesterday, you can't get charged for jaywalking.
You can't, yeah. And that's where, like, I kind of want to clear up with Knight and kind of see that. Because that's going to suck if we really have to cut him loose. He gets charged with, like, a couple attempted murders. Then we cut him loose and he's back as an asset for the Faceless, which is where this enemy of the state, I think, is going to be huge if we get these people in custody.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's what I really have from the Gunner thing, unless you've got any questions.
Okay. Not that I can think of. If he at any point talks about marshals that are in any sort of cahoots with him, helping out with, you know, his ulterior motive, please let us know.
I will, for sure.
We have done 30-day phone subpoenas on all current marshals.
I saw that, yeah.
So we hopefully, you know, can suss some things out. Knowing he has a burner, might try to see if there's any number we don't know they're contacting frequently.
There was a number in the Nora subpoena that I didn't have.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at it, I think it was like there was quite a few records of it. It was like 420, 352's ringing a bell. I don't know. It was. I didn't have access. I didn't have the number, so I could be wrong.
I'm gonna look through right now.
Let me put it up.
Was it calls or texts? I think it was all calls, right?
It was calls, yeah. Oh.
Was it 7514?
No, I don't think so. Here we go. It was 420 352 2032. You need a timestamp. I've got one on the 8th of October at 9. Oh fuck! I'm not grabbing that well to you, am I? At like 9:12 UTC.
Okay.
You have that number?
I am looking. I do not. The 2032?
Yeah, that one. That was the one that like flagged up and I was like, I don't have that, and I have a lot of phone numbers, so.
Do you have the one that is 7514?
I think I might because I control F and it didn't show up. Give me a second. Read the number out to me.
420-720-7514.
That's Alistair Kingsley. Casual! Thank you for the gifties! Thank you! Two gifties, want the gooey, want the peaches. I appreciate that, thank you so much. Yeah, I thought maybe that number might have been a boner or something. But then again, I didn't have Tony Tinkleman's number, so... And I haven't updated my numbers in a while. I normally just scrape the 11 lister.
Not one that we have?
Yeah.
So it is one I'm going to look into, see if it pops up. I might actually compare the numbers that are calling her to maybe some of the marshals and try to see if we can dig there.
Yeah, okay. Trying to think if there was any other stuff. Let me check real quick, because I had some other... Because obviously the... What's-her-face came up, Asher Murphy. Yeah, the 365-day thing. Can't remember what the other thing was. Oh! This is... Wait, let me just double-check I'm not going crazy about this. Victor Blackwell. I couldn't find the report on him. I looked it up. Is that
Victor
a Marshal
Blackwell?
report now?
Yes, I think so, because it honestly... I mean, once...
I can hear family things in the background that... Oh, I remember the other thing. It's been a good investigation
sorry,
day,
I
huh?
have something in my throat.
Okay.
Yes. So how we found out, we moved it all. I think you heard about the crate of money we found at the Jetsam docks. It was actually all a Victor Blackwell book we found.
Oh.
Had kind of led to that. So we've been doing a lot of digging, and we think Victor Blackwell information that we've been getting tipped off is very relevant. So till we sort things out, we did put it into a Marshal report.
Okay, that makes sense.
Just because of the potential leak type stuff.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to confirm that.
Yeah, and I deep dove because we had that transport of Marcus Blackwood a week or so ago.
Mm-hmm.
And Delta One had mentioned something about how Blackwell died, so we didn't know if any of it could have been related.
Yeah. If it helps, I remember the name Victor had come up in the past, but it was never like the full name Victor Blackwell. I think it might have come up in like an Edgar subpoena or something like that. It'd come up in a subpoena somewhere. The name Victor had come up. Don't know whether I remember that scene, and I remember it was a sniper rifle. Have those casings matched anything since that day?
No. The biggest thing is the report that was put out by PD had one statement in it, just Nakota's. That was it.
Okay, to explain why that might have happened, let me direct you. You should already have this. The Polito murder one, that was my incident. Do you remember that?
Yes, George Porto was killed.
Yes, that was all the same day, or like within like an hour. So
yeah, so I tied them together, but like none of the George Porto one had anything to do with anything that happened at Zancudo, which was the hard part.
Well, that's the thing. I think it did. I think it's all like one thing, right?
And that's what I've been connecting, and I've asked about the name to like Delta One, George Porta. Nobody knows who that guy was.
I think George. Wait, Delta One doesn't know.
Yes.
That's weird, because I generally thought. Okay, that throws a wrench. Going like looking back, I thought that so what happened was there's a helicopter over at the beach, bunch of fucking shooting. We get there, Victor or this VIP we didn't know just yet had been broken out, and a group including Hades and Treepass had shot down all these PMCs by the looks of it. Now looking back, I was like, oh, that must have been Darkstone. But now, I don't think it was. If you're saying that, if he didn't even know who it was. So I guess another PMC or bodyguard company were transporting Blackwell. They broke him out. Somehow Carmine is the one that follows them down to the docks. And we get eyes on. And it looks like there's a face. Blackwell is like hands on his head. That's something that might be important. Blackwell had his hands on his head. I think I remember seeing the photos of Blackwell on his knees. At least on his knees, maybe not on his head. But he was on his knees on the helipad in the Merryweather docks. There was a helicopter there, which was the one that was found where he died. I don't know whether you even have those photos, but he was...
Honestly, none of the reports say anything that really happened at the Merryweather docks. We heard some things happened at the Merryweather docks from Delta One, but it...
The issue was we were cleaning up and pursuing suspects from the original helicopter shot down on the beach. Bunch of people were fucking dead. We had a murder, right? We were all cleaning that up. Meanwhile, like three or four units were spared to go with Carmine and get eyes on what was going on at the docks. Now, at this point, we didn't know someone had been kidnapped. Because that puzzle piece wasn't available to us yet because none of these guys were alive. So Carmine was saying, like, there's a guy here, there's a bunch of people in masks and shit with KS2s. And, at that point, we still didn't even know. I remember somebody called out. I think it might have been was Peters there? Peters might have been, like, as in Chris Peters. I think there was another marshal around, or somebody checked ATC and said there was a couple of helicopters up.
Yeah, Peters. Yeah, I think it was Peters.
And Peters had a camera at LSIA, and he called out the helicopter landing there because a helicopter took off with Victor Blackwell in it. Carmine called that out. We had units move in down there, but I think the people down there escaped. Or I think they didn't have enough units, so we said just surveil for now because we don't have enough people to get in there. And then I was like, okay, we got to look for this helicopter. And then Chris called out that there was a helicopter at LSIA. And then Duncan went up there because we still didn't have the units. I think he might have even gone up there after. I might be mixing up the timeline here. It might have been Chris that called out the helicopter in the first place that led us to the shooting. Basically, Chris had cameras at the airport. And eventually Duncan went up there and found a helicopter had been... I don't think the helicopter was shot at, but there was a dead body on the runway, and that's when it kind of came together. We were too busy dealing with the other situation that we couldn't really... We didn't even know they were connected at the time, but it kind of added up when Carmine put his photos in, of the guy on his knees down at the airport, or sorry, at the Merriweather docks, match the description of the guy that was found dead.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I can't see the photos, so a lot of that is...
It's going to be difficult, yeah. So yeah, like looking back on that now, some private agencies transporting Victor, Faceless break him out. Maybe not voluntarily, or they're trying to extract him or something like that. They're not happy with him if he was on his knees, or he could have just been tired. I don't know. But there was definitely some questions regarding that. Then he gets transported to Fort Zancudo, and some unknown entity takes him out. Who that is, I don't know.
Do you remember if anything came up out of the George Porter subpoena?
No, there was nothing. It was empty. A lot of these guys that come across have got burner phones or it's something like that. I know a lot of...
They get new Sims for these ops.
Yeah, so it was completely empty. It didn't end up pushing charges in there. I can't remember the exact reasoning behind that. I think that was around the time where we were really trying to, like, figure out how the fuck we can just not push stupid little charges for these people. And there was some confusion behind the GSR testing and the guns and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. It was a whole thing. So... I don't want to dig too much. I know I'm not a Marshal anymore, but I don't want to ask you questions that are going to get you in trouble. Like, you said the Victor Blackwell book, and I'm like, why the fuck has that name come up again? But I
That's
understand.
what we're fully trying to figure out, but an old book apparently popped up, and that is what led us to finding the money.
Okay. I'm really going to have to, with this Capra explosion, I might have to try and boot up my very old laptop and see if I can find out any screenshots on there, because that sounds like it might be useful.
There's so, like, that's the thing, like, on a lot of these, like, unless I start getting told, and you know who didn't put in a statement in the report was Carmine.
Of course he did.
Oh no, he did. It was very small though.
Yeah.
But it doesn't say anything about a guy on his knees or anything.
Yeah, it's no, Carmine was good. He actually got on the radio of the people involved, and that's how he like could hear them talking on the radio and going to the Merriweather docks. So he went down there with Pete and found them down there and called it out. Very surprising. But sometimes he does do good work.
He's capable, you know, when he wants to lock in.
When he wants to lock in, yeah. Oh! This is the other thing. With this whole Echo case, the name, well, in the subpoena, Eliza Stolano comes up, and she says, you know, I can barely hear you I can barely hear the echo in here. There's a gas leak. So,
I think, so in my opinion, I think she was trying to alert Frank and Nora. Edgar had gotten control of the Epsilon building.
Yeah.
And he's tri-pass, so I think gas was pass.
I put that together too, but like the echo thing, I don't know. It's a lead, right? There's a thread I want to put on.
It's strange that,
but I didn't know whether, is Eliza, like, am I okay to go talk to Eliza? Is she like part of anything that I need to know about? I mean, I know she was a suspect way back when for the Faceless stuff. But...
Yeah, so I would prefer not to spook them, because she's New Babylonian, so she's pretty out of the stuff. She's somebody that we are trying to build some trust with.
Okay.
I'd prefer not to question her if you don't need to, but if it really leads that way, you know, do what you gotta do. But also if she asks anything, say like, you know, Marshals have nothing to do with this if she kind of gets questioned about any of that, because then we can at least stick with, you know, we're separate from everybody else. I don't know what they're doing.
Okay, I'll see if it's necessary. I'll have a chat to Lukas and Brandi and see if we think talking to her is like a necessity, but how much?
So the one thing is the Marshal that was fired, Bobby Barnes, you're gonna find out about this at some point.
Okay.
We believe was Echo.
Oh.
And we believe that's the connection to Gunner Kane is them doing this Militus Sancti with Echo. And it's Bobby. So it may have been tied into the kidnapping of Frank and Nora. We haven't figured that out fully.
Yeah, what's the connection there other than the name and Frank and Nora being there? Have we got anything else?
He admitted he was calling himself Echo on the scene at the beach the other day.
Okay, has he been like questioned in regards to the kidnapping yet?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I don't know what roads Night went down in relation to that, so that might be one you kind of have to go through Night.
Okay, I'll have a chat tonight about it. Okay. All right, I think that's everything for now. I think Brandi and Lukas want to chat with me because of this what that went out. Did you see it earlier? The Type 07 thing?
I saw that twat that went out.
With the Morse code, yeah.
Yeah, and did you see the most recent one that just went out right now?
Lucian, yeah, he's around. Yes, I'm sure something's happening. Okay. Where can I drop you off? Is it back over here by the clothing store?
Yeah, if you go back by the clothing store, I got my car tucked away.
Okay. All right, Ruth. Well,
hopefully it's still there.
Just give me a bell. Oh, get the alarm.
Oh, there's a bell.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you for the transparency as well. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. And yeah, if you got questions, feel free to reach out. Take care.
All right, you too. Oh, hey, Chief.
Hey, Dark, how you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad. How about you, sir?
I'm doing good. You got any updates?
It's my other favorite gay man. Goodbye.
Update about what?
So you have nothing going on, no updates?
Come with me, come with me. I do have updates. The update is, I don't think you should do it.
Do what?
Put a mole in the Marshal, sir.
I think that ship's already sailed, if I'm being honest.
Bobby Barnes got fired. That was a Marshal.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Okay. Listen, I'm working with him, okay? I'm helping him out. You know, we're doing some stuff, and it's good. I want to ruin that relationship, you know?
Oh, you're doing stuff with the Marshals.
Well, not like a lot of stuff. Just like Ruth has been asking me about, you know, all the stuff I did back when I was, you know, the lead on the Faceless case, because they, you know, they don't have any of the images anymore. They're all fucked, aren't they? Because of the cap explosion.
You don't have like your own private files?
I do, and I've sent them all over, the stuff that I do have.
Would imagine your private files would be like mine. They're absolutely massive. It'd be hard to find.
Don't talk about my files without my husband present, so.
I'm talking about your files. I'm not talking about your hot gay body.
Wink, wink.
I'm not winking at you. I'm straight.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
What do you mean, yeah, okay? Do I give off the vibe?
You're a deeply closeted gay man, so it's okay.
I'm not a deeply closeted
That's exactly
gay man.
what a deeply closeted gay man would say. Yeah.
Then what would a not deeply closeted gay man respond to that? Wouldn't they respond the same?
They'd say, yeah, I'm gay.
I don't think they would.
Anyway, I got a question, so this morning I'm listening. I was held up. I was held up at gunpoint, and they forced me to throw my gun away. And I spent about 5 minutes picking up my gun. I called it out on radio. But Dupont was the first on scene. There was a whole thing. But I didn't want to, you know, once I was back, you know, ready to go with my gun, I didn't want to step in and take control of the scene or tell him to do anything, because I was...
Why?
Because...
It's your scene.
No, but my logic is, and maybe this is too extreme, and I want to hear it from you. My logic is, I didn't want any questions from other PD, or even a judge if it went to court, that the reason I escalated to lethal force was because I was the victim. Is that too
Okay,
extreme
but-
of a mindset?
That's so that is a narrative that could be painted, but you're doing your job because you have reason to believe. Listen, you have a reasonable belief, more probable than not. You have the understanding that these individuals are violent, right?
No, I know.
They
I know
held
it-
you up directly. You are an officer involved. You need to lead that scene, I think, because you have an understanding of everything. I trust your judgment in the field, personally.
Okay, listen. There was a situation this morning where I didn't want to get involved or be primary or make the calls because of my own feelings or I guess my own concerns about potential backlash about that. But I held my hand up because nobody made the call. Basically, nobody made the call to shoot. And afterwards, I was like, "Why did nobody shoot?" And then Ricky was like, you didn't say to shoot, but then I was like, I was. It was a whole thing, but at the end of the day, I hold my hands up. If you think I'm okay to be, handling that
Dark,
scene,
you're one of my all-stars. I think you need to lead. I think you need to lead scenes like that, personally.
Okay, all right, I understand. I wanted to get a Hackerman opinion on it. Hold on, Brooke's calling me. Brooke Ruth, Marshal Ruth. Hello.
Hey, quick question. Do you know
Yeah?
anything about FIB documents?
Yes, I do. There was about 8 of them that people were stealing from Polito for some reason.
Okay, so they are from Polito.
Yes, they're from Polito.
Okay.
There's a bunch of different shit going on there. We believe that the besties might have robbed the FIB building for something, because then Agent Smith was like going after them in a mini tank drone. It was a whole thing.
Okay. Yeah, just one was found in the locker room of BCSO. I was thinking it was tied to one of the banks, but I wasn't sure.
Yes, Polito, yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
See, she trusts me. We have a working relationship, Brad. We can't spoil this.
That's perfect for you to be the mole.
I'm not gonna be the mole, Brad.
I would be the mole for you.
Listen, I'm not gonna give you any mole information, but it's public, I guess, PD public information that they have subpoenaed all of their marshals.
Dark, you gotta understand something.
Are you listening?
Right? Yeah, but I need to interrupt you so you understand something.
Okay.
Okay? Can't have an officer that's working with an outside agency that isn't informing me on everything they know that outside agency's doing. I wouldn't be doing my job if I wasn't in the know of what my guy's doing. You got to understand, you're not a marshal first.
No,
you're
I
an
know.
officer
I know
first.
that. I know that. So
It is important you tell me everything that you know.
Understood, sir. You are my boss at the end of the day.
Even if they tell you not to tell me, you should tell me. 100%.
What do you want to know?
I don't want to watch you get manipulated by them. They're going to play on the heartstrings of what you used to be. They're going to manipulate you. They're going to try and weaponize you. They're going to get you to tell you. They're going to utilize you in the facet to tell them everything that you know.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that? You don't see. You don't have a conqueror's mindset.
Correct.
You have to understand that in life, only suckers give everything away without getting an equivalent exchange of information back.
I have
equivalent
been getting
exchange
stuff
of
back.
something. That's good. Make sure you always get more than what you give.
I wouldn't say I've been getting that, but I've been given some
That
stuff
should
that-
always be the goal, is to get more.
That's not
than what
very
you give.
that's not in the spirit of teamwork, though, sure.
Teamwork is bullshit.
What?
Truly, teamwork is bullshit. It doesn't matter. Teamwork is not important.
It's very important. What do you mean?
Teamwork is not as important as one go-getter. One go-getter that knows what they're doing is far more powerful and far more rare than a team of people that are unsure about themselves.
You're speaking
Dark,
like a
I'm
lone
always
wolf right
sure
now.
about myself. I'm always sure. I always know what the course of action is. And if I don't know what the course of action is at that time, I know that I'll know in the future what the course of action is. There's nothing wrong with being egotistical. There's nothing wrong with putting yourself above others. In fact, I encourage it. But you always answer to me.
Yes, sure. Yes, sure.
And your husband. Your husband
yes, of course,
is my boy and partner.
He's
my work husband.
Yeah, that's okay. You can say that. Basically,
he says that.
Yeah, I know you were his work husband, but that's where the line is drawn, okay? Work husband.
Yeah, because I'm straight. But if I was gay, I could steal him.
I know you say that every time, okay?
If I was gay, I would have a decadent collection of mesh tank tops and cut off jorts, and I would have I'd have a really nice body, nice in tone.
If my husband had an OnlyFans, you'd be the only subscriber with me. I don't mean the first subscriber, not the only subscriber. You'd be the first.
I'd probably subscribe out of support, but I don't think I'd watch. Not my cup of tea.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, you want to know what the
I'll
bosses
watch
are
a
doing
dick
then?
if there's a woman.
There's
What'd
not
you say, buddy?
there's not going to be a woman there.
I was just saying. I mean, that's I'd watch a dick if there was a woman in there, like in the shot.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I get you. Okay. Basically, the guys from the Chronicle, Frank and Nora.
I do.
Like a week or two back, they got they were doing an interview with Helios Law, who's in one of the mayoral cabinets.
Heard about this.
Yeah. The whole Echo
this
thing.
case wasn't handled properly, unfortunately.
What do you mean?
Case wasn't handled properly because it was obviously a setup job, and no one got the confirmation from the individual. I mean, no one was able to get I don't think they were able to get the probable cause to establish needing a phone subpoena of Helios.
They did. Oh, not Helios.
Oh, they did get it?
They got Nora's and Frank's, I think.
Yeah, they needed Helios. That was the interview at the, I believe it was the pier, right? Where the
Helios was the one that got kidnapped.
Yeah, but the whole thing is odd. Sometimes, sometimes victims are likely suspects.
Yes, but I think the shoe's on the other foot, but let me explain. We think that Nora and Frank were the ones who set it up. Because Nora's the one who moved the meeting place and everything like that. So that's how they got the PC for the phone warrant. Then, not a few days ago, there was a sighting of some people on an island with wearing masks and everything like that. And there was a man who identified himself as Echo. And they gave Brian a book and all this kind of stuff. But Nora and Frank were there. And they'd been pinged to this island to be given this book. This book was basically a recruitment magazine for a group of people to fight against the Faceless. They called it Militus Sanctus, which is essentially holy warriors.
Is it Latin?
Yes, yeah. And there was like a Celtic knot on the front, which is another religious thing. And Brian was speaking with this Echo. Well, here's the twist. So it turns out Echo was a marshal. Some marshal was off duty trying to recruit people to join a I guess a militant group to fight the Faceless. They're now fighting.
That's something.
Yep. So then I guess Ruth informed me that.
Well, it's safe to say that if something like that happened, that a lot of information is essentially to the public. I would imagine that these people wouldn't operate without being told why and what and stuff like that. I would imagine that a lot of the information would hit the public space.
Yeah. They've then subpoenaed all the rest of the marshals to make sure they haven't had contact with anybody. Maybe they're involved. Yeah, it sounds like they're having some issues. Brian and Ruth have got a new report type, which is like classified marshal documents, and only they have access to them. So I guess Brian and Ruth are, the trusted ones, and everybody else is, not so trusted.
I don't know how I feel about that.
So yeah, there's even, I guess, subdivisions of trusted levels in the marshals now. Yeah. And
yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't a fan when we were marshals back in the day. I did kind of. I understood why we had marshal reports be the way they were, but I also didn't like the fact that people couldn't keep tabs on us. If I was truly as bad as you all believed I was, I would have been able to utilize that in a crazy way.
Well, yeah. But the reason it was there was because of the level of security needed for those kind of reports. If they're investigating,
Yeah, I understand. I can understand something, but not like it.
Yeah, that's
what
true.
I'm saying.
But update on that is.
But our biggest downfall was all the too many hirings. I mean, realistically, it should have just been Angel, you, me, and Tex.
I mean, maybe. Then you don't get all coverage.
I think we would. Coverage is not important. Coverage is bullshit. Coverage is something that doesn't matter. When you barely have people that wake up in a shift, being focused on coverage for that shift is a waste of manpower and time.
Hold on.
One day when you're the assistant chief again in the future, you'll understand these things.
I'm not doing that. Can I
Say
invite
that now,
Brandi here? I think she might have some info.
What is it related to Archivist stuff?
Potentially, yeah.
Invite Brandi here if you wish.
Okay, thank you. Apparently, according to Ruth and Gunner Kane, who I guess got some information from a marshal, is keep that to yourself. Is that the marshals aren't going to be focusing on?
Are you telling me to come in here?
Yeah. The marshals aren't going to be investigating, or at least aren't putting a priority on investigating corruption and government entities anymore. I think that's going on the back burner. So that they can focus on the big investigations like Faceless and stuff like that.
Okay, so what's Brandi got to bring to the table right
Brandi,
now?
what's up? What's going on?
Oh, I don't know.
Other than
I just
47
wanted to
slices
talk
of
to
pizza.
Yeah, what happened, Ollie? With that bot and shit like that?
I don't know. I don't think it's the Archivist because his fucking there's not proper like capitals in the username. I feel like the Archivist is very like anal about that stuff.
You think this is related to the junior stuff?
Yeah. That's it. I don't know what you guys are talking about. So if it's something else.
The junior stuff is
I don't know.
But Brandi, you were saying earlier that Brian said it's a BCSO investigation or something now.
Well, no. He like wanted me to tell BCSO because I told him about how the thoughts about Roselle as soon as he came on duty because of what you said, and then he was like, I don't think there's a primary or secondary like for the case from BCSO, like saying it's like their case. Like he wasn't saying that like we can't work on it.
I'm not gonna lie. If a mayor goes missing and I'm a marshal, that's my priority.
Hello?
What the fuck was that?
Hey, Miller.
Yeah, it was just that. I think the head would have been Bean or Maeve, but they're away for the weekend until Tuesday, I think. But other than that, that's the only thing we've had. I got a call from Roselle yesterday in the middle of a call, so I couldn't break off. So he's been around, but I haven't gotten as soon as I was done, he didn't answer the phone. So.
Do you mean you can break off, Brandi? What was so important?
I think I had a 95. Like I couldn't.
Oh, okay.
All right, so here's what I'm going to tell you. In situations like that, you got to be like, hey, listen, I got something I got to do. I hate to do this, but I need to pawn some. I need you to do me a solid. Broker a deal with someone. Be like, hey, I'll owe you one.
Okay. Yeah. And also there needs to be like a game plan for that because this guy is the last person who spoke with Junior on the phone, and also after that phone call, 3 minutes later, changed.
Who is the guy
up north?
What's their
Michael
name?
Roselle, the mayor.
The mayor.
Where's Michael been?
I don't know, but he was the last person in contact with Junior.
Not
you
to
gotta
mention
talk to him and you gotta record it.
There was clothing store purchases in Sandy Shores at the time of the Junior incident. No one else was doing clothing store stuff at that time.
Yeah, guys, I don't look. I think I applaud your effort, but I also think that in a city as big as Los Santos, saying no one was buying clothes at
no,
well, it's the timing of the minute. Okay, listen, here's the context. Basley Junior calls Basley, right? Ask Basley if I can borrow help for 50 minutes, but Basley was probably in a cop chase or something. He said he couldn't explain what he was doing, but he couldn't leave the situation until it was over to Junior, and said he could help after if he could. And then Junior was like, nah, it's fine. Then, like 10 minutes later, Michael calls Roselle Roselle calls Junior for like 14 seconds, and then 3 minutes later calls him for another 2 minutes. After that 2 minutes, or after that call, 7 minutes later, he changes somewhere up north. Okay. He has no logs of bank records in Los Santos that day or Blaine County besides the clothing store change. We think Basley was going to be the original person to help Junior because they're really, really close. But Basley couldn't help at the time, and he took the opportunity of Michael calling him to help him. That's what I think happened, but there's also so many other avenues. But he needs to 100% be interviewed.
Yeah, you got to interview him. You're gonna have to interview him, but it's important that
not make it seem like
you have to understand. You have to play the political game with this. Michael Rizal's running for magistrate, but on top of that, his cabinet is continuing mayorship, and he will have an influence on Quantum.
Right.
All right. So this is a type of situation where
he's a
you have to be delicate. Yeah, unfortunately, that doesn't relinquish people of their power. Sometimes, Dark, you want to know what your issue is? You don't know when you got to play the political game. You have to listen to your chief on this. Otherwise, who pays the price? It won't be what you think it is. It'll be me. God damn it.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be me.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I really like Michael Rizal. If something did happen, I presume there's a reason. And if something did happen, we don't know if it's criminal. And if something did happen, we don't know. There's so many things you don't know. To assume criminality, to assume, someone missing as opposed to someone being dead, we have to be logical. We have to operate based off the facts, right? What are they? The facts are clothing store purchase. The fact is, we don't know if Junior's dead. The fact is, we do know Junior's missing. The fact is, why would Junior be missing? These are the type of things you got to keep in mind.
You just care about your job, but you don't care about justice anymore.
Dark, when the fuck have I ever cared about justice over my
but
son?
he is right. We can't go into the interview with the current mayor of Los Santos, and probably the next deputy mayor of Los Santos accused it. We just have to angle it as if we're just doing routine because he's the last phone call Junior had.
Yeah, I agree with it.
And just not. I don't think we bring up the change in the clothing store.
Do you want me to tell you what you do?
I need a game plan. I don't want to
listen. Here's the game plan. All right. Now this is important. Walk into the room. Okay. You say, hey, Michael, listen, we subpoenaed Junior's phones. First you gotta.
What?
I'm thinking. You do. If you Mirandize him, it puts him on the defensive. The more important thing to look for is information in this situation. I think the first interview, you don't Mirandize. It's just a recorded conversation trying to understand and get the facts. If things don't check out, then you Mirandize, and then it's like, hey,
okay, so you really think we shouldn't Mirandize first?
I think that if you Mirandize Michael, it's all right. Listen, I think that logically speaking, that when you Mirandize him, the sensor goes off. Right? The defense, the walls get built up. But if you don't Mirandize him, he's smart enough to know that you can't utilize that in court. So what you do is you examine, have a conversation with him that's on record, right? can't be used in court, still on record, still very powerful for you to
Like a
utilize.
witness statement, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, yes. All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to sit down and you're going to ask him to explain everything. And then what you're going to do is you're going to sprinkle in little things like, hey, we know you were the last one to contact him. What was the conversation about? Hey, your only purchase that day was at a clothing store. Do you mind telling us like what you did that day? Try and get Mayor Rizal to speak in as much detail onto the day as possible. Study the information.
He's
see
not
if it
wrong.
coincides. See if it
He's
aligns.
saying the right thing.
See if he can maybe point you in the direction of anybody that would know Junior's whereabouts or anything at all. I mean, has anyone thought about messaging the archivist and asking him his level of involvement with Junior Huntley?
There's already been that conversation with Frost.
Yeah, Frost did that. And then the marshal
Frost
told me
did
not
that.
to message them.
Well, the archivist has been trying to contact Frost for a while now, but Frost has always been asleep. And then the other day, I forget which day, like 2 days ago now, Frost got a call from him, and then he told me to come up. And then when I got up to BCSO, he was on the phone with the archivist, and then Frost was like, okay, he's acting like he doesn't know anything about Junior's disappearance and all that or something. Or like the tape at least. And
Look, this
then-
is not, so I got to tell you something. It's important that you guys understand, all right? I don't want you to be offended by what I'm going to tell you. You need to understand that what I tell you is for you to grow.
I'm very
all
sensitive.
right? Dark, you're
care,
not a
lay it
green
on.
detective. You understand, but your style is, I think, more damaging than good in this instance. I think
Okay.
someone like Miller and Brandi approaching him, he probably thinks that
Okay, the
there's
mayor
like
hates me, so it's probably it's a good idea. It's not
yeah.
me.
There's probably
Likes
like
me.
there's also
I think he likes
probably
me too.
an intellectual superiority that he'll feel when dealing with someone like you two, because he'll probably know you guys ain't dumb. That doesn't mean you're stupid.
No,
it's
I
just
know, it's funny.
you guys
It's
you
just
guys are
funny.
green. You guys are green.
We understand.
All right. But interrogations are the most important part of
I
police work. If you
know.
know how to interrogate, then you can be like me.
So the first one, we go in and kind of try and be his friend and just let him
I don't even know
speak.
when the
It's about
first
getting
one.
it's about getting him to talk as much as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to even bring up the clothing store change because
No,
then the
don't.
red flags are
Yeah.
going to go off as why are
Yeah.
they looking into my bank?
Just bring up he
record
was
or
the last person to
Yeah,
contact.
yeah. I'm not going to bring it up in the first one. at
Save the
least, and I'm just
clothing
gonna
store
ask
stuff
what else
for
did he do
afterwards.
after and all that.
Yeah.
I'll ask what he did after.
Cross-examination on the record. That'll be powerful.
Okay.
All right, you got a good head, Brandi. All right, you got a good
Thank you.
head and a hot body. All right, you
Thank
keep it up,
you.
Brandi. Keep it up.
Very muscular.
Do you think us maybe asking, like, if he doesn't mention being in Sandy at all, mentioning like, what did you go
Bring
to
that up
Sandy
in
Shores
the
at all?
Miranda's, like you bring that up when you speak to him at his Miranda's later.
You'll bring that up in
Okay.
Miranda's because then you'll have reason to believe, hey, like, why'd you tell us this?
Yeah, why'd you
Yeah.
lie? Yeah.
We know.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I truly believe that we shouldn't be operating assuming that a crime has been committed.
Right.
We have a videotape. We listen. Maybe it wouldn't be too bad to assume that Junior Huntley felt bad about the land deal he did with me and the way the public viewed him, and decided to go into hiding during the election or something like that. Like, these things happen. The real question is, in the video, he says he transferred all of the stuff to someone. Who did he transfer them to?
Signy. I forget their Lenson, I think. Lenson.
Okay, same.
Member
I
of
think
his
that's-
cabinet.
Yeah, a member of it. The Signy.
Now, there is something I got to talk to you guys about. And this needs to stay in this room.
Your rights were violated.
Yep, the BCSO, the judge, and Bailey Harvey. All these people violated my rights, and Bailey Harvey
Wait, how?
broke lawyer-client confidentiality. It's
Wait,
crazy
how?
what happened. Essentially, what happened is Snoopy Sauce,
He's an
detective.
idiot. He's an idiot.
He's a fucking
Aw.
absolute moron. All right. Snoopy Sauce is talking to Bailey about the land deal and about Predridge Farm, stuff like that, right? He's talking to Bailey. Bailey offers to give him the contract that he is on as an attorney of. Bailey Harvey calls Ava Devereaux. Ava Devereaux says it's okay. Apparently. Bailey Harvey relays this information to Snoopy that he can give him the thing. Snoopy doesn't confirm this with the judge himself. To think that all these parties actually believe that I don't have a right to privacy, just me and Junior have a right to privacy. There is no one who they can know that the transaction occurred, but the contract is confidential. These people legitimately violated my rights. The chief of police. And I got to talk to Frost. I got to talk to the Department of Justice because I am not happy. And I'm going to be real with you. I'm probably going to go for Snoopy's badge and Bailey's bar. And I'm going to sue the fuck out of them. And I'm going to sue the fuck out of the state. And I'm going to sue the fuck out of the BCSO. And I'm going to sue the fuck out of Bailey Harvey. Everybody's getting sued.
Brad, under the attorney guidelines, attorneys must maintain strict confidentiality regarding client information unless informed consent is given.
Exactly. It wasn't his information to release.
Yeah,
so
he on payroll?
Well, I talked to Snoopy after that, and he was like, I did not do anything wrong. He was like adamant.
Because he's a fucking idiot and he doesn't know anything.
I'm
the
sorry.
fact that guy is, I sat that guy on the sofa and I said, what gives you the confidence to think that you can come after me? And then I said, I'm going to sit down on the sofa now. You tell me about your accolades and what you've done. The guy stands in front of me and goes, I've never succeeded. I've only failed. And then I sat him down again. How the fuck is a stupid fuck like you allowed to operate without any fucking oversight?
Oh.
You are a fucking moron.
Don't feel
How
bad
the
for him.
fuck?
He's an idiot.
He is. I don't feel bad for anybody, especially when they're trying to fuck
I'm just
me.
an empath. Sorry.
So if these people don't come forward to me and share informations and join me on the stuff, guess what I'm doing? I'm taking everything from them. And I guarantee that I can convince Frost to fire
He's
this
so
son of a
extra.
bitch.
I
You
will
just
say,
stand there and take it.
oh, can I play devil's
Oh, yeah.
advocate?
Miller, what do you think's going to happen? Miller, if I was to come at you, you'd stand there and fucking take it too.
And
You want to know what? If you didn't, I'd fire you. Yeah, because Brian can't fire you. I can fire you.
Yeah, true. I take it from you because you can fire me, but like Snoopy.
Well, the thing is, Miller, I think I've done nothing but try to build you up and help you with your confidence.
You have.
All right, I actually value you and Brandi. All right, I want you guys to succeed.
More so
but
me
sometimes...
though, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. Do those reverse curls. Yeah, don't forget.
Duh.
Yeah, there we go.
All I am is a driver.
No, you gotta have to break that mold yourself. You gotta develop more self-confidence.
It's a work in
Did you do what I told you where you studied? The thing that sets you apart is studying and understanding. You don't want it bad enough if you ain't studying.
You studied, Miller?
I bet. I'm gonna be honest.
No.
I know Brandi is. I can tell from the way she carries herself.
I don't like study, but like I try to learn like from your court case when you have me digging through everything.
That's good enough.
While I'm studying Brandy's coloring.
Okay. Miller can't read. He's not gonna study.
Just because I can't read doesn't mean I don't read. That's like saying just because I can't write means I can't color.
Okay. Can we move on? I'm confused.
Anyway, Brad, listen. In play devil's advocate about the Snoopy thing, if someone came up to you with like if you were investigating a case and the lawyer comes up to you and hands you a fucking the golden dagger, are you gonna
Fruit of the poisonous tree?
Why?
No.
It's not a legally acquired documents, though, is it?
Yeah, but it could be argued that it was acquired by unjust means, and me taking it in that capacity could be viewed as me operating in bad faith, even if it is a smoking gun. Here's the thing: I know better. I know better than to do something like that. I understand.
I see where
you
you're coming
can't
from.
hide
Yeah,
under the.
You can't trust where he's got it from and whether it
Exactly. You can't hide under the guise and sacrifice your case for the short-term dopamine, for the route less traveled, for the route traveled most. I mean, you have to. I understand. If someone came up to me and said, "I got the smoking gun, I can give you blah blah blah," and I would have to be like, "You got the smoking gun. You got a contract that you want to give me that you're a lawyer of. This whole thing comes up in court. It's dust. I know that this was obtained the wrong route, the wrong way. And Dark, I know you're smart enough to understand that.
Yeah, I get it.
I know I know that you wouldn't just take something because of the benefit that it would give you in the short term if you knew that there was a potential that it would fuck up everything you're doing or everything that you desire and want.
Yeah.
This guy can't operate in the capacity that he is and plead ignorance. He's culpable.
You need to speak to a justice, Brad.
And here's the thing, though. They violated the chief of police's rights. If they'll do this to me, they'll do this to anyone. And that's in that situation, what do you do? I'm telling you this, if Snoopy was in my department, I would have fired him right on the spot. Right then and there, he would have been terminated. If one of you did, no, I haven't told him yet. If one of you did this to Frost, I'd fire you. And so here's the thing. I say this to you and I like you, but I would fire you for that. Yes, Stark, go ahead.
I gave Frost a parking ticket today.
I don't give a fuck about that.
Okay, just checking.
That was Gar. I don't give a shit. He didn't violate his rights. You're above board, Dark.
Yeah, but you know what he did before I started recording the thing? He came up to me and said, as I asked for his license and registration, and he come up to me and he said, "Doc, do you like being on duty today?" He was threatening me, so. And then I started recording and I said, "Say that again." He said he didn't say it again. Yeah.
Because you're smart, Dark.
He's just like you, Brad. He's trying to be like you, but he's not you.
Wait, who? Who's trying to be like him? I'm lost.
Frost.
Oh yeah, he was dooming about his job during the whole Archivist stuff, like actually dooming.
Wait, why?
He thinks he's gonna not be sheriff next election.
Only
That's why
a
he's
crazy
buttering up
person.
Dawn.
Only a crazy person would remove me from office. I've proven my value. If they want to remove me, I'll simply climb my way back in. What I do.
Commissioner Prado.
Who would they even replace you with? There's not many options.
Ruby York, interim chief.
I don't think they would do that.
I have faith in Ruby in the capacity that I have her in. It takes a very... No one can replace me. I know my value. I know what
does it say?
worth.
Do gay, be crime. That's funny.
They don't.
Oh, brother. Hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands and thousands. Probably, honestly, thousands of hours over the span of so many years.
How old are you, Pred?
41.
Don't ask him, man.
So I got time to catch up. Yeah, I got time.
Yeah, we got time.
How old are you?
I'm 22 years young. 22.
You guys don't have the...
Zoom.
You guys don't have the luxury of having everyone target you for just existing. It doesn't...
Yeah.
You guys aren't forced to adapt. You guys aren't forced to evolve to
true.
adapt to survive.
Brad
Me,
doesn't act like
people
he's
have been
21.
coming from me since I was a little boy. People have been coming at me, after me. I've always had to survive. It's always been me against the world. That's why I'm so strong. The
Is this your
adversities
first time
of
as
my
chief
life
of
have
police?
strengthened me.
What is
Now, I
that?
was chief of police for a week when I was sheriff. I was
44.
punished in court.
Oh.
I was made chief of police. Bass was made sheriff, and I had to spend a week in his snake den. God, it was awful. None of them were trustworthy. The fact is that a lot of them tried latching on to me even for that week that I was there.
Like baby ducks.
Oh, yeah. And I was like, these sons of... And then my people were still over there asking me what they should do. Bass's people were all aboard the Pred train for that week. It was one of the funniest fucking things ever. I had all my people contacting me all the time. Hey, what should we do? What should we do? I don't like this. We miss you. We need you. All of them. Like, my phone wouldn't stop ringing. They wouldn't stop coming up to me. It was like when I went
from being a sheriff to the chief of police.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, for a week. And then they sent me as sheriff to prison for 3 years.
Yeah.
What did you do? Do you deserve it?
What did you do?
Didn't he have that weed farm in that thing? Or
Apparently,
whatever?
I kidnapped a guy.
Oh, the one in the trunk.
Yeah, my car was full. What the fuck was it? Where the fuck was I supposed to put him?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
What do you mean?
Didn't you say that he was? What was your defense? That he was like blind or something? I can't remember what you said.
He was possessed.
That was.
He was fucking possessed, man.
That was a good attempt. Yeah, that was
Well,
good. I
that
remember
whole
that
court case was a little weird because I don't know how those people got to where they were to record it. That whole thing was,
Listen, it
well,
was a good time when it happened. Okay, everybody remembers Jaguar, even me.
Yeah. I mean,
who forgot everything.
I can do everything. That is where that is what happened to you. You did have.
You gave me criminally grade amnesia for months.
Oh wow!
Did I?
Why are you
Richard Dark pulled me aside for a conversation. I hit him. He fell over and hit his head, and he had amnesia for 8 months. He couldn't remember any aspect of his life.
Why are you laughing, Brandi?
I'm sorry.
I forgot my husband.
It wasn't just like a week. It wasn't just like even a month.
Like, of course you'd get hit, and then of course you hit a table on the way down or whatever you hit.
I was there to talk to him about IA stuff because I was IA and I was saying, "Listen, Brandi, I know what you're doing. I'm watching
95% of your cases were about me and IA, and when you suspended me for shooting Speedy in cuffs, everyone agreed that I did the right thing, even the Chief Justice.
Apparently, the marshals just launched up IAA or whatever.
They did what?
What is IA?
Internal Affairs.
Oh.
Batten down the hatches.
Wait, the marshals have their own IA? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay,
well, this doesn't leave this room.
Oh, boy.
Ruth told me
Knight
this
told
morning
me this
that,
directly.
Yeah, that apparently, like, stuff happened when Gunner was the director, and Gunner just did nothing about it. So they're, like, dealing with it now. And she said a marshal got fired, and was like, "You'll see."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was like,
Callister?
Okay.
No,
I don't know.
No, it's Bobby Bones.
I don't even know who that is.
Gonna hide him. I can't remember when he hired him, but yeah.
Does anyone know what McAllister done yet?
I think he said it was involving with that Echo situation on the beach.
McAllister was yapping. He was just saying too much apparently. Like he was saying the wrong things to wrong people. He said he wasn't like malicious, but he just kept talking about cases and stuff and didn't know where the line
When
was.
that guy was talking, I could tell he was a dumb fucking. He was a pussy. I wouldn't work with him if I was an investigator. Right. That guy. Well, listen, you want me to be on? Listen, Brandi, Miller. The only way you guys evolve is if you listen to me.
Okay.
All right. These fucking pussies. These fucking pussies. Like McAllister's like, well, we already talked to her enough. Do we really need to reopen that wound? Shut the fuck up, you goddamn puss. You fucking. We'll reopen that wound as many times as it takes.
Oh yeah, you're talking about Nora. I don't know why he was protecting Nora. That was really weird. I forgot about that.
There was someone else he was. No, I don't even think he was protecting Nora.
I think he was doing that under the guise of Night.
I don't understand why Brian didn't fire all these fucking people. I would have went in. The only one I would have kept is Richard.
I wasn't there. I left at that point.
I would have. Oh, Ruth just texted me.
Ooh.
Hope you're having a wonderful day.
That's very kind of her.
Oh, that's so nice.
I hope you're having a day.
Oh,
Right,
that's
what
good.
you say?
You know
Say
what?
a
That's
nice day.
progress. Because
She's
you're
in
not
the
being
BCSO
mean.
office.
Who's
She's
she with?
probably no one. It might be off duty though.
I'm glad she's alone.
Aww.
I'm glad she's up in Blaine County all alone. She deserves it.
Might be talking with the sheriff about you, Sean. He just went
Sheriff's
42
not on
up
duty.
there. He only just went 42 though.
He's been 42 for a while. Yeah, but I don't want you guys talking about the rights violation against me yet.
Well, by the way, Jonah Slow knows. Because he was eavesdropping too.
I'm not too impressed by a situation that occurred at the Neon Circus or the Neon Animal place down went to this
Tiger
gala. Yeah, I went down to this gala and I got attacked by like 3 people at a public place. And like Ventura and the BCSO and Chris Peters kind of just let it happen and then didn't follow up any charges. Yeah, truthfully, I would never do that even to a deputy, let alone the sheriff. And when something like that happens to the chief of police, it really it's like, did they allow it to happen because it's me, or did they allow it to happen because they prefer, you know, that they value these people who attacked me? And either one, each answer really is just as infuriating because I hate. There's nothing I hate more than cops who are friends with the public, who are convinced that these people in the public are their friends. You're just being used. You're a tool. You're a tool for them to utilize. And the second that they won't give a fuck about you, the second that you lose, you're just a disposable plate. You're a paper
Before
goddamn
the storm
plate.
hits, I need to say this. While I was during that whole Archivist stuff with Frost and the BCSO, we also like got the sign off to like raid Junior's warrants to look for him. And they were definitely they missed me. They definitely were trying to poach me. And they were like, "Oh, don't you miss us?" But I said no.
Who, the BCSO were trying to
Yeah,
poach
like
you?
Frost.
What's to
Jenna,
fucking miss?
Wait, Brad, that's not a good thing to say. What the fuck?
From your perspective, like
Oh,
what's
yeah,
to
yeah,
miss
yeah.
about them?
Oh my god, that was risky. He saved it though, I think. Is it restart now?
I'm being honest. I wouldn't. There's no one over there I'd want to work with. There's no Brandi, Lynn's, Millers, and Darks there. What's there? It's not for me.
Your ex-wife?
I would work with Angel. I would work with Angel. I would work with Jenna. Oh my God. Frost was like, "Hey Jenna, you want to come ride with me?" When oh man, it was so funny. Me and Jenna were riding together, and then Frost's like, "Hey, why don't you come ride with me?" And then Jenna's like, no thanks," has got in the car with me and we left. I'm like, damn.
It should be restart now.
I got aura. I got emotion.
You got emotion.
Man, my voice is so fucked up today. Did a lot of yelling yesterday.
Oh,
yeah. You did? Why?
Because of that dumb fuck Snoopy Sauce.
I know, that was a long
Harvey
conversation.
Bailey. Oh, that motherfucker. Oh.
It's okay. Calm down. It's okay.
If these motherfuckers don't bend, I'm going to break them. I'm telling you. They're going to bend to my will, or I will fucking break them and take everything from them. Never hesitate. If you can't get value from an enemy, destroy them. Smother them in their fucking crib.
Oh my god. That was the last thing we had from Fred? Smother them in their crib? What the fuck, dude?